Hello, Miss Sandra. How are you? Today, StreamYard made me jump through all kinds of extra hoops just to get on. I'm like, I don't want to pay you. Just put me on. Just let me go. But they wouldn't hear of it. How are you today? Oh, goodness. I just want to make sure you can hear me. Can you hear me? Let me go check. Because yesterday I forgot to charge my mic after we were done with the live, and it won't be enough charge in it for it to continue all day. Or not all day, but you know what I mean. I talk too much. So I needed it to make sure that it could be on. Okay. Talk too much. Yes, so. I can hear me. Okay. Because I know that there's a delay. So I wanted to make sure that you can hear me. Yeah. Oh, look, now you can hear me. Good morning, Miss Linda. Good morning. How is everybody today? Let me see. Wait, I brought all this stuff over here. What did I do with it all? Crap, I left it in the living room. I'll be right back. What was I thinking? I could have sworn I had it all with me to come over here. What's up? I left a bunch of stuff over here that I was supposed to take with me. All right. Is that all? Okay. See ya. Okay. So, how are you today? And look what I got. Haha. How are you guys doing today? How are you? You see my new, how's it called? A jewelry box? I got a new jewelry box. Do you guys remember when I got these earrings from a subscription thing that it gave me? Like it just sends you like random pieces of jewelry, right? Well, that's what I got last time. And then this time they sent me this box. And then I'll show you what else they sent me. They're weird on one hand. And on the other hand, they're kind of cute. So I'm like, yeah, the color's pretty, right? That like blue color. I guess the seasons, they change the colors because last time it was pink. And then another time it was, they had a Wicked edition. So it was like green and pink. So I guess it changes. There we go. So, you guys got plans for today? Any plans? Okay, so it comes in these little pouches, right? And I like this color, it's pretty. And then this is what came in here. That one has a tag on it. It came with these little earrings. But hold on, it's a cow. Do you see that? It's a cow head with a little cow jersey print. Yes, all just for you. I just thought they were cute, and I wonder if these will trigger my ears. So let's find out. I don't know if I would ever wear these for real, but I mean, maybe like close fundraising for school today. Oh, already? Or again, I mean? I feel like these are kind of tight for my fat earlobes. Hello, Mia, how are you? You're in physical therapy? Physical therapy strength routine. Huh? Is that what you're doing right now? My in-laws are coming tomorrow. Oh, nice. Are they also local to you? Like, I know you said you grew up over there. Is everybody like from his family also in local to their area, or is he like how they call it, a transplant? But I think they're kind of small, and I'm kind of too hairy. But they feel heavy though. I don't know if I like them. They don't look like cows really, but up close. I mean, who's gonna get that close to me, right? They live 3 hours away. Yes, they each need to earn 1,200, or we need to pay. How often do they have to do that? Okay. Is it like every quarter? Is it every year? Like, I mean, $1,200 is not that bad for a private school. And as far as I believe, I don't know. I don't know anything about their prices. So in my brain, private school is a lot more expensive than that. Once per year. Okay. I'm well. I get a paper routine and an app. Oh, you get an app? That's cool. I didn't get an app. I just got a piece of paper that showed me how to do whatever it was that they wanted me to do. So today we paid and you pay tuition on top of that? Jeez. They know how to, what the heck? No wonder. I was just trying to pull the hair out of my face. I was like, why does it keep falling back? Because it wasn't all back. That's why. Well, I guess $1,200 less than you have to pay is better, right? Today we're going to make some matcha. Harji gave me a sample of the Rise brand. I gave her a sample of the Everyday Dose, and she gave me a sample of the Rise. And it's funny because we did it the exact same way. We both did it the exact same way. So we are going to do chapter 6 today of The Mountain Is You. But again, like always, we wait until 11 o'clock, just giving some time for our West Coast people to wake up and function enough to be here. So we will do that. I don't know if this is going to need a sweetener. We're going to find out. This definitely smells different. Dang, it's getting all over me. I guess. Do you see it like splattered on me and I don't even know how. Okay. So it already tastes different. It tastes different than the, I'm going to put a little bit of sweetener. It is a little bit more sweeter. The one that I have is a little bit more earthy. So let's see. And I want to get a new Chasen. My brother's supposed to be bringing me a new one. He's supposed to be bringing me a new one when he brings me the tea from Japan. But I guess we'll see. But the tea that I'm going to get from Japan is not going to be mushroom tea. This is the Rise and the Everyday Dose are mushroom matchas, and I'm going to use this cup today. And of course, I'm using my little daisy that Miss Mary made me because it's so cute. And then I kept the ice separate today from the milk because it's going to be a matcha latte. No, I'll put that back here. Do you like my new pickle? I don't know. It's a towel in real life, but I'm going to call it a pickle. Okay, so it gets far less foamy than the other one. Do you see that? Oh, I should have left it in the other cup so you guys could see. But too late. I forgot. Okay. I can tell you that mine, this one looks, do you see that? Remember the other one looked way more like dark green? I don't like this one. Mine is way better. I gotta drink it anyways though. Which your Ziploc bag of product tucked in your bags for each other. Yeah, she also brought me the Rise makes hot chocolate, and she brought me a sample of hot chocolate too. Yeah, we were like little dealers out there. It was funny. Oh, you made a protein drink and you toasted me. What drink is it? Do we need to go watch, Miss Linda? I haven't seen it yet today. Me too, Miss Linda. Mine's peach mango lemonade with strawberry lemonade collagen. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Do we need to go watch Miss Linda's video right now? I've been busy all morning. I couldn't get up this morning, like always, right? So I stayed up way too late last night. I could not sleep after the live that we did, the members only live we did last night. And I couldn't sleep. And so I was tossing and turning. David passed out as soon as we got to bed. Like, I'm not even sure he was awake walking to bed. That's how sleepy he was. And he went straight to sleep, and I couldn't sleep. So I was awake till, like, I don't know how I'm going to do it to get up that early in the morning, because I don't even go to bed until that time. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm a little bit concerned, to be honest with you. But so I ended up actually getting out of bed at 9 a.m. and we start at 10 here. And hey, good morning, Grace. And he still wanted me to go make him breakfast. And I'm like, can't you just eat cereal? So I made him chorizo and eggs. Good morning, Lori. So I made chorizo and eggs this morning. And he's been really liking. Have you guys ever seen the cans of Locusta? It's the brand. Locusta is a brand. Have you thought about asking your provider for some sleep aids? I've been on sleep aids my whole life throughout my, well, okay, wait. I have been on sleep aids throughout my whole life. There you go. I hate them. I don't like the way they make me feel. I wake up in the morning and I feel like I'm hungover and I didn't even have any of the fun last night. I drag all day long and I still feel like I haven't slept, but I sleep like a rock, a rock. And it doesn't matter how much sleep I get. It does not matter if I get a little bit of sleep, a lot of sleep. I wake up. It's horrible. I hate it. I've been on, what are they called? Like Ambien. I've been on, they had me recently start melatonin, which doesn't help me. And I'm just like, oh, my necklaces. David bought me this necklace years ago. At least within the last 5 years, because he gave it to me when we lived in this house. And I bought this house in 2020, but we moved in January 2021. So he bought me this necklace for Valentine's Day. It's rose gold with white gold. I don't know if you can see that. Rose gold with white gold. And it has like little diamond chips right there. The necklace that it came with, you know how it comes with like those starter necklaces? It snapped. So I just used my this one's sterling silver. I just used that chain. And then this one, my brother bought me for my birthday. And it's from, I forget. I will find out. But I really like it. And I don't know, I've just been layering them together because why not? Why not? Yes, it's so darn good. What's so darn good? I was talking about something. I must have been, I guess. I don't know. I forgot already. Grace, I know you said you're on sleep aids, right? What do you take? Does it make you feel that way? Are they better than what we've had in the past? If you guys don't wipe it clean, it looks like a big booger. Looks like a big, huge booger when it dries. It's gross. I'm going to make you look at it. Make sure I always try to wipe it off right, but apparently sometimes I end up not getting it all. I'm going to put the rest of this sweetener in here because this is not my jam and I need to finish it because I do not want to waste it. I don't want to waste my protein milk. I don't want to waste Hargey's sample. I'm going to drink it. I'm going to drink it. Good morning, Kim. How are you? Mia, I have mixed different flavors together when I only have a little left of each bag. I mean, that makes sense. I've done that too. Like, still my favorite, what is the word I'm looking for? Powdered mix. Powdered protein is, well, depending on what I'm drinking, I guess. The Rocky Road one is probably my favorite, only because it has the little dehydrated marshmallows, and you guys know how much I love those. I don't know what it is about marshmallows. I just love them. They're just so good. I have no idea. And I like them in any variety that they come in. But okay, well, this one is way more of a pretty green. That's for sure. Do you see that? It was darker before, now it's gotten lighter. And I don't know if it's because I used my regular matcha latte um, recipe this time instead of doing it the way that the bag. Well, I don't know what the bag says because I didn't see the bag, but the way that I normally do it, um, according to the bag directions, I just did it the way that I would normally make my matcha. Yeah, I was at the end of my regular. I don't like it. Hold on. Hold on. Ugh. Never again. Oh, oh God. Hold on. Oh, that's a poison. Heard you. What are you trying to do to me? Girl, I can't believe you like that. Where are you? Let me make fun of you to your face. Where are you? Oh, that's right. You had a game to go to today. Girl. Ugh. Ugh. Rise. Mm-mm. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Let's get this flavor out. Ugh. I hope it's not TMI, but having one of those sulfur burps in bathroom. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear. Oh, God. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry, you guys, but that tastes freaking disgusting. Ugh. Ugh. Is that taste going to stay with me forever? Is it ever going to go away? Oh, oh, hell no, it's not. It has a. She said she doesn't like their matcha. No, that she doesn't like their mushroom coffee. And I told her try Everyday Dose because Everyday Dose is really good. It's not bitter. It doesn't have that like acid. Ugh. I need to get this flavor out my mouth. Hold on. Ugh. Barf-a-roni, you guys. Barf-a-roni. That was some tea I tried. It's disgusting. Barf. I don't get sulfur burps, so I don't really know how to treat it. I heard digestive enzymes help a lot with that. Holy crap, you guys. Hold on. Mm. Mm-mm. Never again. Mm. Mm. Next time, I'm just going to try the matcha by itself. Because that's exactly what happened with the Costco one. Mm-mm. Hell no. Never again. Mm. Yeah, I was at the end of my regular strawberry collagen. And I tried a new one that's way too sweet for me. But I will put watermelon or strawberry flavored powder. Oh, well, good. I'm glad you figured out how to make it. Ugh. Okay, you guys. While we wait for 11 o'clock to roll around, let's go watch Miss Linda's video. Please remember to go and like the video yourself. Give her the watch time. Let's see if I can even get this open. Here we go. Come. Give me a minute. I got to find you. Because you guys know I don't get, what's the word? Notifications. So I have to go and find you guys individually. I have no idea. Nobody can explain it. I think when YouTube decided to hide me, they also decided to turn off all my notifications without my freaking permission. You said 2 days ago or wait, let me see, videos. Okay, so I see one from 2 days ago, the pistachio protein, and then I see the best protein drink today, which, hold on, I'm gonna come back. Which one is it? I know that, I will never again. Barf, Ola. What am I gagging on? Girl, I wish I'd never had tried it. I don't know how hard you likes that. It's the matcha, it's the mushroom matcha, um, but from the brand Rise. The everyday dose is way better. The everyday dose is not great, but it didn't do that to me. It it's way too earthy for me. I don't like that like super duper earthy taste. It's that. No, this one was disgusting. The everyday dose one was good. This is barfola. Mm. Well, I mean, everybody has different taste buds, so maybe I just have rancid taste buds. I don't know. The greens powder I take has digestive enzymes in it, and I'm very happy with it because my stomach doesn't hurt like it used to. Oh, that's good. Oh, it sucks to be in pain all the time. I'm sorry. Yesterday, it's telling me that there's no the best protein drink. That says that it was uploaded 4 hours ago. Okay, so it must be that one. Don't start yet. Nobody gave you permission to start yet, computer. Hold on. Share screen. Share screen. Hold on. I got to also remember to put my volume up because I turned it down because Grace was hearing my notifications last time. And I finally figured out how to turn them off completely. So they'll turn off completely. Stop playing. We need to all make sure this is the right video and start together. Is it this one? Yes. Okay. Hold on. Because whenever I go to the other screen, I don't have another monitor, so I can't see your guys' comments. I have to do them at once. But let me mute my phone so you guys don't hear it double. Okay. Oh, wait. I got my phone in the way. Hold on. There we go. She's just so beautiful. Just a second. Miss Linda, you got the chola hoops on, and I'm so jealous. You look, I mean, you always look amazing. You always look super duper fantastic. But you are looking fire yesterday. I guess you're looking fire yesterday. Girl, so fine. If you weren't married, just kidding. My mom loves those buys or bays. Miss Linda, just so you know, whenever your lighting does that, whoever's filming, if they see the lighting do that, tell them just to, I'm assuming you're using your phone. If you are using your phone, if you're using the screen and you're filming, just tell them just to touch you and it'll redirect all the light to you instead of trying to catch the light from the background. You see how it keeps going dark on you? Did you say spicy pineapple? What is that? Spicy pineapple? What did you do? I need to know. You guys can't hear it or see it? Gee whiz. Hold on. Let me remove it from the stage and then add it back. Okay. Hello now. Is it there now? Yeah, it's a lighting because the camera, the lens is catching your light from, do you see the window behind you? Your camera is catching that window light and it doesn't know what to do. So it's overcompensating for that. So it's trying to focus just on that light. But if he touches you, it'll bring the attention back to you. And you might have to do that a couple of times when you're moving around, because it'll catch the light again and it'll be like, it'll freak out and not know what to do. So you just do that, and it's very, very okay. Can you guys see it now? Okay, because I was seeing it the whole time. What the heck? What in the actual heck? Okay, hold on. Let's start over. So we're gonna start over.
Welcome to Linda's Journey. I am in the process of making me a smoothie.
And since you guys weren't seeing when I was over here complimenting Miss Linda, doesn't she look so fine today? Yesterday. Yeah, didn't she look so fine yesterday? Look at her with her chola hoops and everything. Yes, ma'am.
Protein drink to go. It is going to be a pineapple coconut drink. I have some frozen pineapple chunk. I got some pineapple coconut water,
My mom loves
pineapple
this.
syrup, and I'm going to put 1 cup in here with my protein.
See, did you see that? That was a prime example of what I'm talking about. It's because you're moving, so the light is shifting and the lens doesn't know what to do. That's all it is. She does always look super fine, right?
2 scoops protein powder. 2 scoops. Oops. 2 scoops of protein powder.
I feel like this is like a piña colada, virgin piña colada.
And I'm going to put, I don't know, some pineapple chunks in here. I think that's enough. That's enough. And I got a little bit of this spicy pineapple left.
Miss Linda, I need to know, what is spicy pineapple? I think I remember you. Wait, no, maybe I don't remember you talking about this before. I feel like I've heard you talk about this before, but I can't remember. Refresh my memory. Refresh my memory, Mrs. Linda, because I need this in my life. I need some spice.
And I'm going to use that. Put that in there. And this is something new I bought yesterday until I get my Vitamix. So it's weird, right? I gotta put this up here, line it up, and here we go.
That's cool. Is that a ninja?
Working. I made a mess now. Looks like it's nice and soft, right? Let's see. This is a lot of work to me, though. I gotta take all this stuff off.
Oh, it was your sister-in-law or something, right? Yeah, I remember you talking. Now I remember for sure that you did talk about it before. Something that was spicy, something before, but I don't remember. Was it pineapple? Yes, I talked about a spicy pineapple. Oh, your sister. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I thought I remembered that. Sounds delicious.
Did I take this out? I guess. Oh, she looked like ice cream. Sorry. You know what I forgot? I'm gonna put it in here. Ooh. Look.
That looks so good.
Oh my goodness, she's gorgeous. Is she gorgeous or what? All from 1 cup. I gotta put a little syrup for her now. Y'all know better.
Miss Linda, that looks amazing.
And there's no room for her in the end.
No room.
This is too pretty.
Good morning, amiga.
Try not to make a mess. If I didn't make a mess, y'all might be disappointed. Uh-oh.
I see something a little familiar.
OMG.
That looked fire.
Oh my gosh.
That looks as good as you do. Oh, almost. That looks almost as good as you do, Miss Linda. That looks fire. But wait. Okay. I'm a little bit disappointed. Where's the extra spice on top? I would have, you know what? I would have expected you to do? Put some jalapenos in there. I think I told you guys about the jalapeno lemonade that Minute Maid used to make. It was delicious. Where's the spice? Well, you did put the spicy pineapple, I guess. Guess that's enough spice. Just this time, Miss Linda. Just this time.
Mm. Like you gotta taste this. You come on camera so you see you taste it. It is so delicious. They can see you. He's so silly.
Yes, I am.
He's so funny. I almost spit my water at you guys. He's so funny. I love it.
You need to drink out of it.
That was good.
You need to drink it.
I got the pieces of
Pineapple.
pineapple. Mm-hmm.
There's pineapple in it and the little hot stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna put some chili lime.
Oh, here we go.
Miss Delilah sent me. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Okay, you're forgiven. That sounds so good together.
So Miss Delilah, this is a drink dedicated to you, my friend.
Yeah.
My spicy friend. Oh, just don't look. This ain't gonna weigh myself. Just see all the sodium I put up here. And I'm stirring it for you, Delilah. I'm mixing it in for Delilah. Delilah. I'm mixing it in for Delilah.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Spicy girls. This is so good. I have to drink it, y'all. Mm, mm, mm.
That looks so fire.
Too good. OMG.
Miss Linda, is that going into like your regular rotation? Are you hitting up your sister and telling her that you need more spicy pineapple so that you can just keep making it? That looks fire, girl. Yum.
Thank you for watching Linda's Journey. Thanks again, Delilah, for my chili lime to go with my drink. Cheers to you, Delilah. Bye-bye.
Hello, Mrs. Linda. This is just water. It's boring. It's not like
Hi,
you're.
fam.
Oh,
Welcome to
okay. Hold on.
Linda's Journey. Today is Tuesday.
Hold
Hope
on.
everyone is having a great Tuesday. I'm getting ready to do my protein drink for this morning before I leave
I was
out.
going to make a
And
comment.
also have me a new drink today. I just
Your
bought
cup
me
is
some
cute.
Saturday when I was out. It's glass. I love glass to drink.
I love glass
really,
ones
really
too.
like
I
it.
agree.
But it's so pretty. Look at the pink gold. It's all glass. I got my glass straw, my favorite. Got a stopper on the top and a stopper at the bottom. Too cute. But anyway, on to my drink. I am making a pumpkin spice drink today. And it is going to be 53 grams of protein because I did my shot yesterday. So on Sundays and Mondays and Tuesdays on Wednesday, however long it takes, I like to have a large protein drink to get my protein in. So I'm using cold coffee, a cup of that. Well, I'm having less than that, but coffee in here. I got my half.
I didn't read the comment. Somebody said something mean. I'm sorry. People are jerks. I am making spicy pears today. My sister sent me a bushel of fresh pears. Yum. That sounds amazing. I hope you film you making it so that people can learn how to do it.
A cup of cottage cheese. Sorry.
I know her menu is so
Again,
cute
this
on.
will run right quick.
Miss Linda, I can't tell. What's that little bottle that's next to the Premier Protein? What is that? Is that caramel sauce?
And
Did it say snickerdoodle? I don't know what that
so
says.
pretty. And the top is like iridescent, like a little
Ooh,
pearlized.
like it has like that
And
pearl
I
tint
have
to it.
some,
Cute.
I'm using my Premier Protein drink, ready to drink today. I'm not doing the protein powder today. And also, I forgot that I have some frozen pumpkin spice ice cubes. So what I'm going to do is add this to my cup. That's a
Good
lot.
morning, Sydney. Miss Linda. Oh, it's a Splenda creamer. I thought it said, yeah, it looks like it had an S in the word, but I didn't know what it said.
I probably need the larger. I don't see it. Glass cup.
You had a
Let's
bigger
see. Is this
glass
big
cup?
too?
I couldn't find
This is
one
a
that didn't have
pumpkin
a bamboo
spice.
lid. This was the biggest I could find, and it's only like 20 ounces or something.
Oh, look at that. I'm going to add some pumpkin spice syrup. I don't have
Miss
no room
Linda
for
looks
ice
so
cubes
good.
unless I find my glass thing. Hmm.
He's just whispering to you. So cute.
This is pumpkin spice syrup. I also have pumpkin caramel, regular pumpkin, and I
Pumpkin
have
caramel.
some. Let's see.
Miss Linda, I cannot wait for you to try the
I'm gonna
other
put some of this
chili lime
pumpkin spice
powder.
blender. There's nothing in here. I
Oh,
think it's
okay.
1.5 grams of fat in here, but
And it's pumpkin
there's nothing
spice
else in here.
flavored.
Anyway,
I know. I like this one because it has a glass lid. Where'd you get it from?
anyway.
So cute.
Ice cubes, unless I drink it down. So, but let's see. She got a head on and everything. Let's see what she does. Let's see.
Oh, that looks so good. That
Mm.
brown looks really good on your, it complements your skin tone and your hair color really well. Really, really well.
Oh wow, she good. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Put a couple of cubes in her. Ooh. This is my pumpkin spice ice cubes. I put a pumpkin spice creamer into the ice trays and freeze it for the rest of my.
Hey, didn't Mia talk about a Gabe's?
Oh my
Mia, didn't
goodness,
you
what
tell me
is
about a
that?
Gabe's store? I've never heard of that store. I don't think they have, I mean, who knows? They might have them here.
I
I
got
don't
one little
adventure
thing
around
open
here.
and one little thing. One little thing.
Mia's fault.
I'm going to sprinkle on a little bit of pumpkin spice.
Yes, ma'am.
You know how I
Yes,
do.
ma'am.
Gotta be
Either
too
some
much.
pumpkin
Y'all
spice
know
or some
that
cinnamon on top.
I always gotta do too much. That part.
Yeah, I had never heard of
Sprinkle this
Gabe's until
cream
you told
on
me.
top.
That looks
But look
good.
at her. Isn't she pretty?
Yes,
She's
she
so
is.
pretty.
She
But
is.
anyway, fam, this is my pumpkin spice
Oh, and it has
protein
bows on
blender.
it.
And she is 53 grams
Oh,
of
so freaking
protein.
cute. 53 grams.
And she is delicious. So, fam, thank you for stopping by Linda's Journey.
And she has bows.
Don't forget to thumbs up this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. And also, don't forget Miss Toy, the review challenge of
That cup
doing
is
50
cute, huh?
squats a day. And you can do 5, whatever, to get you 50 in. Um, while doing your challenge. You can use a seat. Go check her out. Go to her channel, and she have a lot of hints as to how to go about getting your 50 squats in a day. Don't give up. Get your squats in. I'm going to do my squats and have fun, fun, fun. And yes, it does hurt the thighs. But thank you for stopping by Linda's Journey. I will see you later. Bye, fam.
Bye. Okay, we need to go back and comment on the last
Hi,
video.
fam. Welcome
Here
to
it is.
Linda's Journey. I
Hold
am
on.
in the process of making me
We
a
need to make a comment.
healthy protein drink to go. It is going to be a pineapple
Oops.
coconut drink. I have some frozen pineapple chunk. I got some pineapple coconut water, pineapple syrup, and I'm going to put 1 cup in here.
Can't type.
Protein,
That's why I don't like using my laptop.
2 scoops protein powder, 2 scoops. Oops, 2 scoops of protein powder. Try not to make a mess, right? And I'm going to put, I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna keep letting it play so that it doesn't mess up your retention. Um, but Miss Linda, that looked delicious. That looked so darn good. I wonder why that's weird. It put your comment up for review. All you said was I love Gabe's Mia. It's 2 minutes from my home. Why 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 did you block that? That's weird. Your is that a ninja? It looked like it's a ninja. That new little blender you got is pretty cool. I never seen one like that. Never seen one like that. That is so cute. You know, I wonder if I do it because I always do everything from my phone. So let me put the notifications to set to all on my computer, and maybe it'll kick in on my phone. I don't know. I hardly the only time I ever use my laptop is when I'm here with you guys. Otherwise, this laptop does not turn on. I've had it for 5 years now because I bought it before we bought this house. We bought it in the beginning of COVID when we weren't sure whether or not I was still gonna have a job. I'd only been there for I think 2 years at that point because I had started in October of 2018. So I thought I might not have a job, right? We didn't know what was gonna happen. Um, and so I bought a computer so that I could work on my resume. But I didn't need it because I stayed employed. Um, but we actually did need it for David because he ended up losing his job, which was really weird because a lot of warehouses stayed open, but I guess his wasn't considered essential. So we ended up using it to do his. But Miss Linda, it is so cute. Your new cup is so cute. It is almost as cute as you are. I love the glass lid. I love the glass lid. Me personally, I do not like bamboo lids because they do end up getting mold or they crack. 9 times out of 10, they're going to get mold before they crack, but they do end up also cracking, and I don't like it. Um, of course, some people can make things work a lot better than I can. But when they're bamboo, what I'll do is I'll wash them and then I'll hand dry them real good, and I don't let them soak. I hand dry them real good, and then I'll use my walnut oil. I have walnut oil for my wooden cutting boards, so I'll get my walnut oil and my wooden like utensils, like spoons and stuff, to cook with. So I will um, get some of the walnut oil, and I will rub it in, and it doesn't add any flavor or anything. All it does is you should use mineral oil, which I don't like to use, or a oil that won't go rancid, like walnut oil won't go rancid. But don't use coconut, don't use olive, don't use avocado, don't don't use those kinds of oils because they will go rancid. Grapeseed, none of that. But you can use walnut oil or mineral oil um, on your wooden stuff, but it also works on the bamboo lids. So it'll make them last longer, but doesn't last a long time for me. Not enough time for me. So it's like No thanks. No thanks. That sounds so delicious though. Your the pineapple protein shake, pineapple coconut one, all of them, all everything that you make looks so good all the time. They sound delicious and they look delicious, and you always make me want some. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I could turn off my little phone on the side. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. This is Mia's fault. All because she reminded me about these, which I hate these. I hate them. I hate them with a passion. Why do I hate them with a passion? Because of this. Look how freaking deep. This is brand new, just opened. Look how deep it is. I have to shove my whole, look at, if I was gonna, I would, if I didn't have fingernails, maybe I wouldn't hit it so much. But if I were to put my finger in here, because you can't go like this because the shape, right? Can't do this. So I'd have to put it in here like this, and my whole fingernail is gonna get stuck in there and full, ugh, just gross. Um, you can't go like this because it's too low. And I forgot how small these were. But because of this, because of me going to find this to see, might as well try it, right? I ended up finding this, which I didn't know they had before. And this is only the petroleum jelly and um, it says USP, whatever USP is. And that's all that's in here. It's 99.96% petroleum jelly. I don't know. USP must be, sounds like a preservative. It's probably a preservative. But I don't know why it needs a preservative if it's just petroleum jelly, but whatever. Um, I have not experienced that with my other top. I soaked that lid in Dawn and bleach right after using it, and I let it dry for a few days. I wouldn't even be able to let it dry for a few days. All I know is that when it's bamboo or wood, you're not supposed to soak them. But apparently that's just a precaution because yours don't do that. So that's awesome. I didn't know that. Um, but they're porous. It's very, very porous. So anything that you put on it or whatever gets soaked into it. That's why they say you should have a separate cutting board for your raw meats, especially chicken, and then have a separate, if you're using wood or bamboo, then you should have a separate one for your like vegetables and stuff because otherwise they could cross contaminate because the material is porous. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I just don't cut my raw meats on the bamboo ones, and I just use a plastic one, which is which I don't like. I don't like using plastic ones, but what can I do? What can I do? I haven't found one that I like that's not plastic. So, but Miss Linda, that looked delicious. That was so cute. I love how fancy you always set up your, what's that called? An island? It's called an island, right? I love how fancy you always set up your little island. And I loved your little menu. And I love how you show us all the ingredients. And I love that you and Michael do it together. That is super, super cute. I adore it. Every time I see your videos, I usually watch them on my TV. And because I watch them on my TV, I forget that I cannot comment. This is a problem that I have, and I'm gonna have to stop watching on my TV because then I'm just never gonna comment because you can't on the television, and so I'm gonna have to start watching them on my phone. But hey, Nicole, how are you? How you feeling? You feeling better today? Oh, wait a minute. Today's your crab leg day, huh? When's that? It's already noon for you, right? When's that? Is that is today, right? Hey, Joe, how are you? I've just joined but in the bushes because I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon. We will definitely, well, you are always in my prayers, but I will definitely keep this specific, um, whatever's going on right now in my prayers. And I'm very sorry to hear that. I hope it's no big deal. Like it's just, I mean, anytime you're sick, it sucks. But some sicknesses are worse than other sicknesses. So I hope it's one of the lighter sicknesses. I hope you wake up in the morning and you feel amazing. Because it's late for you, right? I'm pretty sure it's late for you already. Can't remember. Let me see. Where's my phone? What time is it right now in the UK? Do you guys have different time zones like we do? I don't even know. Okay, so it's it's evening. It's 4:52 p.m. in London. I have a bunch of world clocks on here, and everybody always asks me why do I have so many. I have so many because that's where my brothers usually are. Um, 9 times out of 10, one of them is in Asia or in the UK. Um, and so I always have those on there just in case, so that I can see like real quick. Oh no, they're probably asleep. That's I probably shouldn't text them. It's the only reason why I do it. Thanks for your support, Delilah, and always sharing something about my channel. Yeah, I love your channel. It's so cute. I love it. I don't know how anybody could have something negative to say. You're just adorable. Like, what is there negative to say about Miss Linda and her drink? Like, leave her alone. Um, Thank you, Delilah. I'm in a fibromyalgia flare up. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Fibromyalgia is horrible. I was just talking to, was it you, Felicia? I'm pretty sure it was you, oh my God, that I was talking to about making a video about fibromyalgia after the other day when I was thinking about doing a video about fibromyalgia and a video about, I don't even know how to say it, the anklid fudge brownies. How do you say that freaking word? I got to see it because I can't remember how to even spell it in my head. Ankylosing spondylitis. The spondylitis part I could say, but the ankylosing, whatever. That arthritis in your spine or my spine, I guess. I am considering doing a video on those plus one on migraines. And then on Wednesday, I'll find out more about whether or not my neurologist believes that it's going to be cluster headaches or not. I thought about doing those, and fibromyalgia is no joke, dude. And I'm so sorry that you're having a flare up. It's horrible. If Miss Mary was here, she would completely understand. I know Nicole and I do understand. I don't know if anybody else here has fibromyalgia, but apparently at least 4 of us do. And that's horrible. And I'm so sorry. It's not as bad as usual though. Yay. That's awesome. Only my fingers are hurting me. So now hurting me now. So need to stop typing. Oh, no worries. Oh, I'm so sorry. You go rest. Okay. Cause I know that freaking sucks. Did your brother go to see the Taylor Swift in Europe? No, he didn't. He was gonna go, but I forgot what happened, and he didn't end up going. I don't remember what happened. He didn't end up going, so he ended up doing some trip to, I forgot where. I didn't know you had fibromyalgia too, Joe. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's horrible. Fibromyalgia stinks. Was it you? I'm pretty sure it was you, Felicia, that I was talking to about that. I forgot. Was it you? But now I have heartburn, you guys. That matcha, the taste is still in my mouth, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. Because my hands, I don't know if you guys remember, you could still see it. It's still there, but it's not as bad as it was. But I would always have like this swollen bump between these 2 finger joints on both hands, but this hand was always worse. In fact, it's still worse right now, but it had gone down. I don't know if you could see. Do you see that? You see how I can move it? But it's gone down so much. It gets swollen and it hurts. I hate it. I hate it. I need to go get a Tums. I'll be back before we start book club because it's a few minutes away. Nice haircut. David's cutting his hair. He usually cuts his hair on Saturday or Sunday. Usually Saturday, because he likes to be fresh cut for Sunday when we go out. Why did I come over here? Oh yeah, Tums. See, look, I forgot to take this again. Let me bring it with me. Ew, what an ugly song. That's good. Kim, is your sulfur burps feeling any better? At least, I hope. That's terrible. I moved this to put it with the rest of my meds so I wouldn't forget. And then you know what I ended up doing? Forgetting. You know why? Because this is with my nighttime meds and it needs to be with my morning meds. Well, the only the only medication I take in the morning is my thyroid medicine. Everything else I take at night. Well, I'm supposed to take this in the morning. Why am I shaking it? Hold on. Lots of bad tasting stuff. Whew. I mean, at least that doesn't make me want to throw it out the window. Okay, so it is almost 11 o'clock, guys. How did you guys do with chapter 6? Okay, I have to remind myself that chapter 6 is really chapter 7 in the book, right? Right? Wait, I forgot. That's not Audible. What am I doing? That's the way it goes, right? Wait a minute. Is there only 7 chapters in this book? And I'm confused because this is titled wrong? Is next week the last chapter? I need to go look at the book. Hold on. Okay, I'm looking at my PDF. I don't know. Where's the chapter thing? Here's an introduction. Nope, it goes straight into, there's no chapter page. Okay. Let's scroll to the end. What chapter is this? Where's the beginning of the chapter? I don't want to scroll too fast or I'm going to end up skipping the page somehow. I don't know why I didn't think about that until right now when I seen them, because the chapters are mislabeled in the Audible book. And it's been a long time since I've actually read the PDF version. I haven't been reading a lot lately because my head's been hurting way too much. There's only 7 chapters, you guys. There's only 7 chapters. Okay. That means next week is going to be the last. Son of a gun. Okay, hold on. Let me go and send Cheyenne. Okay. I'm a dork and I forgot that the Audible is mislabeled, which means the next chapter after today is the last. I just checked. Checked my PDF version. To make sure. Okay. Now we have to figure this out. But we will figure it out. We will figure it out. You got not to worry. We will figure it out. Because what we were going to do was we were going to, Shy and I were going to do it together. And I think Alonda wanted to do it with us, but I'm not sure if she's going to be able to because of the day. So we'll figure that out. Yes, thanks for asking. I don't know how to say that word. Kaopeptate. I've heard that word many times, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Seemed to work for me, so I took some and things are getting better. Yay! I'm super glad to hear it, Miss Kim. That's awesome. I'm so glad. Jill, have you been to Costco in the UK? Wait, is there a Costco in Nottingham? Let's see. Costco in... Oops. I guess you don't spell Nottingham with the K. There's one in Derby. When I typed in Nottingham, Derby came up. So I don't know if that's near you or not. Let's see. Nottingham, UK. To, let's put Costco, Derby. Okay. It's 30 minutes away. For us Americans, 30 minutes is nothing, right? We could do that with our eyes closed. In the UK, that is far enough to never in your entire life venture that way. I did not know that. And I didn't believe that when people would say stuff like that to me. People used to say, because when I used to have to drive to work, it would take me sometimes an hour and a half to get there. And people would be like, and that's one way. And they'd be like, you really do that? I'm like, yeah, daily. Like that's the way Americans have to go so that we can commute to work, right? I started having people tell me that in Europe, not just the UK, but in Europe, if anybody is that far away, you will never see them. I have a friend that I know because of work, right? I have a friend who lives in London and their dad is an hour drive away. They have not seen each other in 8 years because they live too far away. 8 years. Well, actually, that was a couple years ago, so it's probably been 10 years now. And they said it's just too far. They just won't. It's too far. I'm like, that's too far. That's how far I have to go just to go to work in the morning, and then I have to come back. It's a whole different species. I've not been yet, Grace. The Derby one is our closest. Yeah. Okay. Miss Joe, I'm afraid to drive in the UK, but I'm going to try it anyways when I come see you. I'll take you if you're feeling better because I'm going to come see you. Should still be okay. No, Shy and you guys still. Yeah. It should still be fine. The only problem is that next week my new work schedule starts. So I'll be working until 12:30 p.m. my time. So I don't know how that's going to work. We're going to have to figure it out. I have no idea, but we'll figure it out. Because I completely forgot that it's mislabeled. Dang it. I saw a shorts about the UK Costco. I just read right now some reviews and it looked amazing. Joe's, stop typing. It's okay. Grace will understand when you have time to come back and respond to her, you will. Oh, look, they're Shy. We'll make it work. Okay, awesome. We'll figure it out. I don't know what I was thinking. And I was like, there's 8 chapters. I forgot that you pointed out that yes, I will 100%, 100%. I know how to drive. I just don't know how to drive on the other side of the road. So that's scary. Worst case scenario, we'll take a cab. I don't care. We'll figure it out. I don't care if it's a half an hour. If you are willing to go, because I know that especially when you don't go anywhere, half an hour is far. So if you are willing to go, if you are okay to go, we can go together. Otherwise, I'll just go shopping for you, and we'll shop on Facebook. I don't know. Do you have an iPhone, or do you have some sort of Apple product that we can FaceTime on? We'll figure it out. If I have to go shopping for you, I will. We will figure it out, Joe, because I understand what it's like to have chronic illnesses and sometimes just not be able to. You plan to, you want to, your heart is there, but just sometimes you have a flare up and you can't. And I get it, but I will do what I can do for you. Don't worry about it. Sorry to hear you suffer with it too, Nicole. I got a little too confident and started knitting earlier. See, and that's what I'm afraid of too. I'm trying to learn to knit, but even right now, like my right here is numb. I don't know if that's, and well, no, it's the carpal tunnel because I can feel it in my elbow too, all the way down to my elbow. I love a grocery shopping trip. That would be awesome. Me and you, girl, pink swear. Me and you. Grocery shopping makes me happy too. Yeah, me and Harji, I know she's not here right now because she's busy, but me and Harji went on a date yesterday to Costco. We were supposed to film while we were there, but guess what I did? I did film, but I didn't do it the way I wanted to because I was so busy talking. I love Harji. So meeting up with her is just so much fun. And I wasn't thinking, and I was just in the moment, and that's okay. It's okay to be in the moment. It's okay to scrap your plans sometimes just because you're in the moment. I don't know if she'll use her footage because we both filmed. I have no idea, but we were both just too busy talking. So it is what it is. Next time we plan to go, we'll figure something out. Maybe what we'll do is we'll do all the talking first. I don't know. We'll figure it out. In the UK, the steering wheel is on the right. I don't know if it's on the right, but I know the roads are backwards, right? You drive on the opposite side of the street, right? Am I wrong? Wait a minute. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I better shut up because I might be wrong. But, okay. So we were waiting for Journey. That's why we start at 11. Let's see. Let me send her a message real quick on Instagram, amiga, on Instagram. Let's give her 5 more minutes just to see. Maybe Boss Baby's got her all caught up. And okay, I'm going to give her a 5-minute timer. Okay. You have time to join because I know she's really enjoying this book, and I'm trying to be understanding of the time zone differences. Because it's okay. Hold on, guys. My computer is going to die. How does this keep happening? Why do I keep forgetting? But you guys, 3 days in a row, I have not had a migraine. No migraines for 3 whole days. I did have a headache yesterday, but it went away relatively quickly after I took my medication, of course, but still not the point. I caught it early enough where it didn't turn into anything. 3 whole days, which is why the candle is burning again. And did you guys see my towel? For those of you who are new here, did you see it? This is the freaking coolest thing ever. I put it on my mirror because the mirror still distracts me. But isn't it so cute? I'm going to try to figure out if I could put it on the door. I don't know. I got to figure out how to do it so that it's always there because it's so cute. I love it. Thank you again, Miss Sandra. I love it. Count me in on grocery shopping. I love it too. Yes. Miss Linda, we're going to go grocery shopping when I come see you because I'm going to come see you. Grace, you're in Florida? Wait, are you in Florida? Wait a minute, because you just went on that cruise like nothing. You're in Florida? Are you in Fort Lauderdale? I'm coming to Fort Lauderdale in February. Are we going to meet up in February? Yes, this is what was in the wash last night, or the dryer. Isn't it so cute? Let me show you guys real quick because we got a couple minutes to spare until the timer. Well, I didn't set an actual timer, but you know what I mean. So look at it, isn't it so cute? Hold on. Little by little, let's show you so that you guys can see. Look at, hold on. This one's my favorite because it has the bow. So cute. Look at it. And you guys know me. I have to wash everything before I can let it touch my skin for too long. Isn't it so cute? It's so cute. I love it. Oh, I love it. You know what? Maybe I'll just use it as a blanket. But then you guys can't see it. I don't know. I feel so torn. Hold on. Hold on. It's so cute, but I feel like you can't see it all that well back here. After I put it up here this morning when I was coming in here to get ready, and now I feel like it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's not really all that visible for you guys. So I don't know. I got to figure it out because I'm not going to use it. I'm never using this. This is a decoration forever, forever. Because if I use it, I'm going to ruin it, and I don't want to do that. Forever. This Joe, stop typing. You know what, Joe? If you're gonna send messages, can you use talk to text? Can you use talk to text? Let's see. Let me try to go in myself. Hold on. Does your phone have talk to text? Wait, are you on your phone or are you on your computer? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Hey, can you type? Oh no, can you talk to text? Wait, I don't make no sense, but yeah. Yes, you can. Look. Joe, stop typing, but you can talk to text. You can talk to text if you need to. Okay? Because I'm not trying to kick you out. I'm not. I'm just trying to remind you that it is okay to not respond. It is okay. That's all I'm trying to do is remind you, okay? Wait, so Androids don't have talk to text? Nicole, you use an Android. Does it have talk to text? Do I just not know? I don't have an Android. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Where's my button? Here it is. Wait, I gotta go back because I'm missing messages. Missing messages. Okay, the steering is on the right with the gears and the stick controlled from the left. So I'd be backwards. As long as it's not a stick shift, I could drive a stick shift, but only when it's on this side. I don't know how I would do it on this side. So this is still one. Wait. So if it's on this side, wait. Is the one still on the left side or is the one on the right side now? Because if it's still on the left side, I might be able to do it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I do often forget which one's left and which one's right. When I was young, this is how I figured out. This is my left hand. This is my right hand because it's not an L. Because I always mix up my left and my right. Always. Like when I'm driving and I don't know where I'm going, if somebody tells me to turn left or turn right, I genuinely will look at them and be like, okay, which way is that? Because I don't know what it is. I don't know. My brain doesn't work like that. Yes, that's what. Uh-oh. Hold on. It's my mommy. Hello?
Your brother came to see me yesterday.
Why? Is he okay?
He's fine. He said he was visiting Coralia. I had no idea. He got here like 1 o'clock in the morning.
He came by himself? How did he get there?
I think he took the train. I don't know. It's because yesterday's Friday. I'm exhausted. I go to sleep early.
Yeah.
He called me. I said, I can't drive right now.
Yeah.
And I had just taken it. And he said, no, he's going to come. I don't know. I forgot how it said to the train. I don't know how, but he got her. And I thought, hey, this kid.
What's up?
No.
Nothing. My mom called.
I don't know. He was at Corralia's. I don't know what happened. He's asleep, so I haven't even checked him.
Well, I don't have to check his location because he's with you, but I wonder what happened. Hope he's okay.
He looks okay.
Okay, good.
He looks fine. I think he got his place. I don't know though. I haven't really talked to him.
Well, when he wakes up, he'll tell you.
Yeah, I know he was with Coralia. I don't know what happened. Did he get disagreement or something? Because that's weird, huh?
That is weird. That's really weird. But I mean, maybe she came to Salinas to go visit her. Wait, she has somebody there, doesn't she?
Her brother.
Okay, yeah, I thought her brother because her sister lives by me, right? Kind of. She lives in Austin.
She lives in Texas.
Yeah, she lives kind of sort of near me, but not really. But okay.
But he wanted to say that he was coming with Australia. And when he called me, he was with Australia. I don't know, but he's here.
Okay. Well,
And he said he's going back Sunday, which
okay.
is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he said Daddy's going to take him.
Oh, okay.
And I said, have you even told Daddy? He said he'll take me. So I don't know.
Oh, okay. As long as he's okay.
He's okay. I just, he should tell some people. I mean, if he wants Carlos to take him, he should let him know in advance. I mean, we need to know something. We got to check our oil, put gas,
I
we're
think
good.
Carlos would throw him on his back and walk him there if he had to. But
I totally agree.
as long as he's okay.
Yeah, but it's still nice to know, a little in advance, something.
Yeah. But okay, mom. I'm glad everything's okay. I was worried, like, what happened.
Oh, nothing. Are you
Oh, okay.
busy?
Yeah, I'm doing something.
Okay, then I'll let you go.
Okay, talk to you later. Okay, bye. I think my mom's offended. Like, why am I hanging up with her? Are you busy? Yeah, I'm doing something. She's like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. My brother went to go visit his friend who lives like 2 or 3 hours away from my mom, and he is home. He came home in the middle of the night, and I'm like, why? That's weird, but okay. I saw it and knew you needed it. I did. I did need it. I did. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person and replacing the digital hug with a real life hug. Yay. Oh, Miss Linda, go have fun with mommy. Hugs for you both. Have a great day, okay? We'll see you. We'll probably see you later. Let's just be real. I saw your delicious drink videos. Yes, so good, right? Your Android has talk to text. Okay. Oh, Felicia, that's right. Felicia has an Android. Um, okay. Hit the bottom to right, and it's on the bottom left corner, Joe. Delilah, how did the pickles become the theme for your channel? Is it because, yes, it's because I love eating pickles. It just happened. Okay, so here's the thing. My brother and I, my older brother, not the little one never even tasted a pickle. So me and the older brother, I don't even know if he likes pickles like that. But we both call other people that we like, that we care about, our little pickles, right? Like, oh, my little pickle. We call each other pickle. And it could just be because my name is Delilah, and my whole life, people have just called me Lila, Lala. Now they call me just La because my little brother, um, Dill. So I love pickles. So Dill Pickle. Um, and I always hated to be called that, but whatever, it is what it is. And so me and my brother call each other Pickle. And then when he became managers for like different companies and stuff, he would call his like his employees, he would call them his little pickles. And it just the way we talk to each other, right? So every year my brother and I are the same age for 2 weeks. So right now me and my brother are the same age until Thursday. Then we'll be different ages. And right now that we're the same age, we're twins. That's what we've always said, that since we were really little. And right now that we're twins, I always send my brother a birthday card saying, something about him being my twin. And which, let me see if I could show you the little picture. Um, so it's always a pickle, see? And I call him my pickle. And then I did, because he's right now traveling the world. So these are his little places that he's at. That's Shanghai. Um, he was in Shanghai, Bangkok, and Tokyo, I think. I want to say Tokyo. And my brother drinks a green juice every single day. So that's him. And he's traveling, and that's his birthday. And you guys already know I do those for you guys too. But we just call each other pickles. And because it's something that I reference when I'm talking about people that I love in my life. It just made sense, right? And I love pickles. I genuinely do love pickles. I genuinely eat them pretty much every day. Not every single day, but pretty much. Pretty much. Let's see. You guys are so awesome. I'm so grateful for you guys to explain that to her if she needs some help with that, just in case she didn't know it was there. Hey, Teddy, how are you? So glad to see you. I hope you are well. I'm headed out with my kids. I'll catch the rest of the replay. Okay, bye, Miss Sandra. We'll see you later. We'll see you. I hope you guys make all the money you need and extra. Do you ever make your own pickles? Yes, I have made my own pickles. In fact, I have some in the refrigerator right now. If you've never tried making pickles, they're easy to make. Yes, they are very easy. There's different methods. There's different methods to making pickles. I've used the method, the fermenting method. I've never tried the like actual pickling with vinegar method. I haven't tried that one, but I do the fermenting, the the fermenting pickles method. I see a mic when I go to chat, but when I click it, it kicks me out of YouTube. Huh. Let me see. I wonder why that is. Is there more than one mic? Is that the problem? Because when I click on the little chat, I know mine's different because I'm not using an Android, but when I click there to start a comment, I just click this mic right here, start talking, blah, 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 blah. See? And then I just click it again when it's done, but I don't know why it would do that on YouTube. Are you clicking the mic in your keypad? Maybe that's the problem. Sony Xperia. Okay, you guys, hold on. We're going to figure this out because I want Joe's hands to feel better. Sony, Xperia talk to text. How to voice dictate a text message. Okay. This works. I mean, it should be similar, right? I don't know if it'll be the same, but it should be similar, I would imagine. But let's find out. Stop playing before I come in here, you nerd. Let me put it, I muted it, so let me put it louder. Let's see. Add to stage. Let's move this. Let's see if this helps, Joe. I hope this helps.
Video. I'm going to show you how to voice dictate a text message on the Sony Xperia M2. First of all, let's create a brand new text message. Now, I didn't believe that it was possible on the Xperia M2, but then I realized it was possible on the Android operating system. The voice dictation symbol wasn't there, so I'm going to quickly show you how to activate that. In the top right hand corner, we then have to, actually no, it wasn't there, I looked there originally. Go to the settings on your keyboard, tap ABC. When it brings up the numbers, there is a little settings icon next to the spacebar.
Yeah, we do.
Tap, then go to keyboard settings, and then you need to make sure where it says Google Voice Typing Key, that's turned on. It should have a blue tick next to it.
Okay, if it's going too fast or if this is just really not the right thing, we'll find the right one because it is only right that we help you figure out how to do this so that this way you will always be able to do this whenever you're having these issues. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out, Joe. So just let me know. No, don't let me know because then you're typing. If you don't say anything, then I know that this is not working. So we'll figure this out.
Now, once you're in the operating system's text messaging application, we go to where you can either, let's just start by writing the message. What we can do is we can, instead of typing the message manually, we press this microphone button in the bottom right hand corner and begin to speak what we'd like to type. Hello, comma, do you fancy?
Okay, so if that mic is not turning on, then there's something else going on. I wonder if your settings are not turned on to make it work. I found a voice typing setting, make sure it's turned on, came back, and it's still kicking me out. Hold on. how to talk to text on Sony Xperia while watching YouTube. I bet you somebody somewhere had this problem and they probably figured it out. Okay, so there's a bunch of like how-tos on tips and tricks. Okay, well, some of them are newer. So maybe it's how to watch a chat on YouTube live stream. No, that's not it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Share screen. Sure, why not? Okay. There we go. Okay.
Quickly turn on the mode Speak to Chat for the Sony XM5 headphones. This helps with the
No,
auto.
it's not what we're looking for. Let's see if this one does it. Okay, well, I don't know how we'll understand that one, but let's see. Okay, so this just says to turn on the text telephone mode, find the, wait, is that what we're looking for though? Tap, no, I don't think so. Maybe that's not it. Why does it keep kicking you out though? I hope this works. Okay, but we know how to do that already. Okay, but we know how to do that already. How does nobody ever have this issue before and it didn't ever come up before? I don't understand. I'm going to keep searching because there's got to be something. We're going to figure this out for you, Joe, because I know that this is going to be something that would really help you. Use the built-in voice typing feature of your keyboard by typing the microphone icon. By typing the microphone icon in any text input field, such as a search bar or comment section, you can also use. What about if you make sure that you press the typing field for comments before you start the microphone? Maybe that, unless the microphone that you're seeing is the one to start your Google, whatever it's called. You guys have your own like Siri, but I forgot what their name is. Gotta figure this out. Use Google Assistant to send messages with your voice while multitasking, or enable accessibility features like live transcribe to hear the audio of YouTube videos converted to text. Did you just Google that? I want to know how you found that because I haven't found any of that. But I was also just looking for YouTube videos. I mean, I wish I had the phone that you have so that I can figure it out because I don't have that phone. You're more better than me because I didn't figure that out. I hope it is a permissions thing. Let me see. Let me go into my app. General. Okay, where are my apps? I never come to this part of my phone, so I don't even know how to find these things. Apps. YouTube. Let me go find YouTube. YouTube. Microphone, camera, live activities, cellular data. It doesn't even have an option for it in here. Let me see the notification. Yeah. Is your YouTube app updated? Maybe it needs to be updated. I wonder, how to make a, let me see, no. How to stop YouTube from, I'm just going to say kicking me out while trying to text to talk in comments. Okay, so I don't know how I'm going to show you this. This says there are several ways to potentially correct YouTube from kicking you out. So it says fix the keyboard issues. It says clear the keyboard's apps caches on the Android. Try clearing the cache for Gboard or your default keyboard app. This can resolve glitches related to corrupted data. Yay! Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear that, Joe. Yay! That makes me so happy. That makes me happy. Yay. Okay. I'm going to give you a minute. We're going to see if that works, and then we will start the book because we are way late to start it, which is fine. No big deal. I mean, as long as it's fine for you. Whoa. My brother is either going to Tokyo or Manila. We'll find out tomorrow. Is this today, tomorrow? What time is it over there? Might be already. It's 1:35 in the morning, so I don't think we'll find out right now. Okay. I'm so glad we thought about that. Thank you so much for trying to help Nicole and Felicia. Sometimes it's really complicated when you don't have the same type of device that somebody else has. But glad that Joe is figuring it out because that's going to be a big help. Yay for figuring it out. Teddy, are you still here? If you're still here, Teddy, how are you doing? We have been thinking about you, especially Felicia and I. We've been talking about how we miss you. I don't know where Felicia's at because she's not commenting, but she probably, knowing her, she's in the shower. Knowing Felicia, she's in the shower because today is self-care Saturday for her. And she takes a shower during the day. Or I don't know, is it a shower or is it a bathtub shower? Because you're always saying you're in the shower, but is it a bathtub shower? Don't know. Okay. So let's start. Was it, okay, wait. Do I need to be chapter 6 or chapter 7? Let's start, okay, yeah, chapter 7. So let's start chapter 7, and then we will go from there. Okay.
Building a new future, trying to quell our own linger. Now that you have done the challenging work of beginning to release your past experiences,
Is that too loud?
you must turn your attention toward building a new present and future. When we release, we are wiping the slate clean to create something better. One of the most common pitfalls of people who try but do not succeed in releasing their past is that their focus remains on just that, the past. The work now is to envision who you want to be, connect with the most powerful version of yourself, design your life through your daily routine, and uncover your true purpose for being. Meeting your highest potential future self. A popular tool in psychotherapy is something called inner child work, or the process of imagining and reconnecting with your younger self.
I'll be honest, for a lot of people, that's really, really hard to do. It's really hard for me to do it too. I don't like it. Don't like it, but sometimes it's very necessary. But I do not like it.
In this process, you can offer yourself guidance, even going back to certain traumatizing events and readdressing them with the wisdom you have now. But more often, the process of reconnecting with your inner child is to let them communicate with you. It is how you can rediscover your inherent desires, passions, fears, and feelings. The process is akin to reverse engineering, which is when you identify the end goals for your life and then work backwards to see what you need to do each day, week, month, and year to get there. Step 1, face the fear first.
I'll be honest with you, Nicole. It is far more scary to imagine doing it than it is to actually do it. When you actually do it, once you're done, or once you've begun, I think, is when it starts feeling okay. But it's not easy. It depend. I guess depending on just how traumatic your childhood was. I imagine that people didn't have a lot of trauma, might not have a lot of the same issues, but people who did, um, it's not easy at all. But it is very, very, very helpful for some of us. I'm sure there are people who it's not helpful for them, but it is very, very, very helpful.
Sit down in a quiet place with a journal. Make sure you're doing it at a time when you feel relaxed and open to receive guidance. If you go into this with fear, you are going to get fear. Next, close your eyes and begin a meditation.
So one thing that I do that helps me is I make sure to do some breathing exercises before I go into one of these sessions, right? I will do like de-stressing breath work. Have you ever heard of I think it's 4. For me, it's uncomfortable to connect with that part of me, but it helps. Yes, it is very uncomfortable and it's very scary for some of us, and probably for most of us, really. And I'm very sorry to hear that, Nicole. That's horrible. But addressing it as an adult is easier than living it when you're a child. And at least in my opinion, but it's not easy at all. It really isn't. So for me, I do breath work. One of the things that I do is, have you ever heard of 4 counts? So you breathe in for 4 seconds, right? So you breathe in and you count to 4 as you're breathing. 1, and then you hold it for 4 seconds. And then you, for 4 seconds, then you hold it for 4 seconds, and then you repeat. You repeat over and over for however long you need until you start feeling a little bit more like calm and relaxed, right? And then once you do that, well, once I do that, and once I feel a little like just calm, then I will go and sit and start these things. But I do not do it unless I've done some sort of breathing technique. That's not the only one that I do, but that is one of them that I do. And it just helps me to calm my really nervous nerves down.
Session. Take a few moments to breathe deeply and center yourself. Imagine sitting down at a comfortable table in a well-lit room, somewhere that you are happy and feel at peace. Then invite your future self to come sit with you and talk. You can request that they are a certain age, but usually the age will just come to you when you see them. Specifically ask for the highest possible version of yourself to sit down. If you see anything scary at first, know that it is your fear of what could happen manifesting in your mind, not the truth of what will happen. Once you get past that, you can start receiving advice. Step 2. Notice how your future self looks. Aside from what you imagine this version of yourself telling you, pay attention to what they look like, how they behave, and what their facial expressions communicate. The point of doing future self work is so that you can merge with this aspect of yourself.
I think that this is the experience that a lot of us have, where we've had bad experiences in the past with therapists, and it's scary to want to open yourself back up again to someone. But there is somebody out there who is going to be the right fit for you. I really do believe that. And I don't blame you for being hesitant. I don't blame you for being nervous or scared. I've already, just this year alone, have gone through 3 therapists because the first one just wasn't meeting my needs for. I really wanted to focus on ED therapy because I feel like most of my biggest like issues all fall back to food for me. Obviously, it didn't come from nowhere. Like it came from somewhere. I did something or something happened to me in my past that caused me to go to food, right? But so I had to switch therapists. Then I got a new therapist who ended up having a lot of the same things with food. She didn't really understand it. And then the last one that I had, I loved her. She was so great with understanding EDs. She was just so great at it. But she's left the platform and now I need a new therapist. So I signed up for a new therapist who's also an ED therapist. And then she canceled on me. And now her schedule is wiped clear. So I have no idea if there's even another option through that platform for me. I might have to go back to my insurance and see what other options I have. But I do believe that you will find somebody who understands what it is that you really need. I suggest that you look for somebody who is familiar with trauma and maybe familiar with PTSD. Um, and that would really probably be a great start for you.
You want to clearly envision the most ideal version of yourself so that you know how your own life needs to grow, shift, and change. See what they wear, how they feel, what they do each day. These will be the keys to your own becoming. Step 3, ask for guidance. If you go into this process with a laundry list of scary, huge questions for your future self to answer, you're probably going to end up bound by panic rather than being open to receiving powerful guidance. Instead, keep yourself open to whatever this person wants to share with you. The messages should be positive, uplifting, affirming, and helpful. Even if they communicate something to you, such as, you need to let go of this relationship, it should be done in a way that is so calming and reaffirming that you are confident and at peace with it. Step 4, imagine them handing you the keys to your new life. Another powerful exercise using your future self is to imagine yourself now, sitting down with yourself 3, 5, or even 7 years ago. It has to be close enough that you can relate to this person, but far enough that you've changed. Imagine sitting down in a space you used to frequent or inhabit. What you're going to do now is hand them the pieces of your current life and all of the information they will need to go from who they are then to who you are now. You can hand them your car keys, your email account for your job, your bank account, an outfit, or instructions on what to do in terms of career, relationships, or just day-to-day habits. Or you can imagine your future self giving you aspects of your life now. Imagine them handing you the keys to the home you live in, or your wedding band, or anything else that is a part of your highest possible future life. Remember, this process should make you feel calm, affirmed, and more self-assured, not the opposite. Fear is a hallucination, a trick of the mind and gut. Your future self can step in and remind you of all that is possible and empower you to live with certainty, clarity, and grace. Releasing your past into the quantum field. When something happens that scares you, and then you do not ever get over that fear, you become traumatized.
You get stuck. Who is it? I think Zig Ziglar. He does he wrote a book and he does he was when he was alive, but he had this, like, the book is called How to Get What You Want, how to get everything you want, I think it's called, something like that. um and he talks about how sometimes you just get stuck in the squat, and it's like, huh? And he tells a story about how he either he had one or he knew some lady, right, who was like a nanny, and she used to make some biscuits, right? And whenever she would make these biscuits, every once in a while, some of them would stay flat. And he would ask, like, what happened? And he's like, well, sometimes it just gets stuck in the squat, and it never inflated the way that it needed to, right? It didn't grow up the way that it needed to. And he talks about how that was a great analogy for what happens to a lot of people, where we just get stuck in that and we don't develop properly for whatever reason. And in order for us to do that, we need to go back to get out of the squat.
Trauma is the experience of disconnecting with a fundamental source of safety. It happens most severely when our attachment to our primary caretakers is severed. But there is truly an infinite number of ways the world can traumatize you, and to varying degrees. There are lots of theories about what trauma is and where it comes from. Many believe that it is passed down physically through your DNA. Others argue that it is shared mentally and emotionally through learned patterns and observations. Most commonly, trauma is believed.
I think, I think the fear of weight gain can contribute to eventual weight gain cycles I've gone through. And I really believe that that is very true for a lot of us. I grew up hearing all the time, stop eating, stop eating, stop eating. You're going to get fat. You're going to get fat. You're going to get fat. Stop eating. You're fat. Stop eating. You need to lose weight. Stop eating. You're fat. But food was the only comfort that I had in my life. I didn't have the comfort of my mother. I didn't have the comfort of my father. My dad's whole family had abandoned us when he went to prison as if we did something wrong. And all we had was what? I had food. That's all I had. Food was the only thing that did not leave me. So I was always afraid, constantly hearing people tell me, stop eating, you're going to get fat. Stop eating, you're going to get fat. But food was the only comfort I ever found. And it was the only thing that didn't leave me, and it was always there. And that fear and that shame, that food was the only thing in the world that brought me comfort. And being shameful and afraid of gaining weight caused all of this. And I do feel like somewhere in this, we have to let go of that. If we don't let go of that, we are only going to end up in the same cycles we've always had. I'm sure, like many of you, there have been more than one time where we've lost weight and come back. I'm sure there are some of you who this is the first time in your life you ever gained weight that you before never had issues with. And now suddenly you have this weight issue. So for you, you don't understand what it's like to go through your whole life, losing, gaining, losing, gaining, losing, gaining in this constant cycle. But for those of us who have been in this cycle for a while, we've lost at least one time and gained it all back. And I think a lot of it was because we were afraid that we would end up back where we are. And that's exactly what happens. You have to work through letting that go. And if you don't work through letting that go, people all the time talk about how, Manjaro, Zepbound, Wegovy, Ozempic, whatever, that it is enough. It is enough to handle all of that, and it's not. And I know that there's no absolutes in this world, but to me, anybody who has been overweight for a majority of their life and who has struggled with obesity throughout their life, not new obesity that just recently happened due to whatever, right? But, due to menopause, due to stress, due to life changes, due to whatever. If you spent most of your life in an obese state, with all of my heart, I believe that you will not find the answers that you're looking for strictly in the medication. You need to do the work in here. Because if you don't, it's just going to come back. Because you're either going to have to stop, or you're going to get to your goal and you're going to stop doing it, or you're going to stop caring, or you're going to stop paying attention. You're going to stop with the changes that you've made. You're going to get more comfortable and just start loosening up on the exercise. You're going to start loosening up on how much you eat, because you can't out eat this medication. I know a lot of people say, no, you can't. Yes, you can. Yes, you can out eat it. I've seen people do it. I've seen people do it. I've seen people even show that they do it. Some of us could never even grasp the concept of being able to eat 12-ounce steak plus sides in one meal right now that we're on medication. But others eat all of that and still want more. It's very, very, what am I doing? It's very, very difficult to move forward without making the changes that you need to make in here. And I feel like that'll be a constant fear for all of us until we can do the work in here and finally understand to let go. And that is one thing that these last, 4 years that I've been doing the mental work, and I've been in active therapy, and I've done the best that I can to start releasing a lot of that trauma, a lot of that shame, a lot of that guilt, a lot of that attachment that I had to food. A lot of it has finally allowed me to get to a point where this is the first time in my entire life that I've been able to lose and keep off over 100 pounds on my own. And I did that before Mounjaro. I was already an entire year holding off the weight by myself before I ever started Mounjaro, because I was doing the work in here. And I'm still doing the work in here. I don't know that the work in here is ever going to end, but I am finally letting go of the fears. I'm finally letting go of fears of gaining weight again. And I never thought I would be able to do that. My whole life, I never thought that fear would not be within me. I just thought it was normal. It's not normal. It's not normal. That's why I weigh and track everything, because my food noise may be gone, yes, but I can still out eat this medication. That's true. And a lot of us can. And for some of us, the food noise does come back. But I don't know that it's really the food noise, or if it's just us and our emotions and our whatever going on in our lives that we feel like it's come back, but really it's just our obsession. I don't really know. I really don't know. But we have to do the work. And if we're not doing the work, I think it will come back. I originally thought I gained all my weight 11 years ago because of my health, but with Delilah, I figured out that it was actually because of my abusive relationship. I'm so sorry, Nicole. I'm very sorry that you went through something like that, but I'm glad that you are figuring it out. I'm glad that you are understanding what the triggers were and what caused it, because only by figuring it out can you do the work to let that go so that it doesn't happen again. And I'm incredibly sorry that happened, but I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
To be an interpersonal experience we have in which we were challenged and then lacked the skills and coping mechanisms to rise to it. Instead, we fell. No matter where it came from, if you have some kind of lingering trauma, you will know, because you will feel it. You will feel it physically in your body. You will feel anxiety, tension, fear, terror, sadness, or guilt. It will be displaced. It will not have a clear, direct cause. You will overreact to certain things, and even when a problem is solved, you will still panic. This is
why many of us have PTSD. We overreact because it's the part of us that is just so primal that just comes out. Nobody should get a panic attack because their phone rings. But I do.
The mark of trauma. Trauma is not in your head. It is in your body. This is the first and most important thing you need to know in order to overcome it.
There's also studies that show that whatever your mother goes through, right, while she's pregnant with you, which subsequently means whatever your grandmother went through while she was pregnant with your mother, the reason for that is, hold on, I'll get to it, is because your mother, whatever fear she's going through, those hormones, those cortisol hormones are released into her body, and they help that traumatic experience helps form you. And you end up with that trauma when you're born. But your grandmother, when she was pregnant with your mother, remember, you will never have more eggs in your life than you do at 5 months in utero, because your eggs are being made while you are being made. We're not men who, when we're born, our sperm is made as we live, right? No, women are born and created with every single egg that we will ever have, which means the egg that created you was in your grandmother's belly when your grandmother was pregnant with your mother and creating your mother and your mother's eggs. And whatever egg you came from was in your grandmother's belly. So whatever trauma that your grandmother went through attaches to that egg that is being created inside of your mother. And then when your mother's pregnant with you, so on and so forth. Why do I keep coming back to the computer? There's a lot of studies that show that trauma lives within our DNA, which is where generational curses come from. My grandma was in a car accident when she was pregnant with my mom, and my mom was in a car accident when she was pregnant with me. Maybe that's where my fear of cars comes from. I'm very sorry that happened, but it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense.
Trauma is a legitimate physical issue. You store those emotions, energies, and patterns at a cellular level.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, we can use the ripples at the top of the water to trace back down to the problem at the bottom, so to say. You can begin to use your body to help you heal. First, identify what caused the traumatic experience. You do this by feeling into yourself and noticing where you are tight or tense. Our bodies harden to protect us. When we have a broken leg, our fascia tightens like a natural cast so that we do not bend ourselves that way again. Similarly, when our hearts are broken, our emotions tighten so that we do not let ourselves feel again. Of course, eventually, we have to walk. We have to love. We have to experience life again. We have to slowly soften the pieces of us that are trying to protect us so that we can move forward. Healing trauma is not just a matter of psychoanalyzing it. It is a matter of literally working through it with your breath. The next time you feel yourself overreacting to some kind of stimulus, you will notice that your body is starting to tense up and create a fight or flight response. To heal this, you have to force yourself to take deep, soothing breaths until the part of your body that was once tense is relaxed again. You will need to self-soothe in different ways: meditating, breathing, drinking enough water, getting enough sleep, using aromatherapy, sound therapy, or whatever else works for you. You absolutely must work to take your brain and body physically out of panic survival mode. Second, reinstate a sense of safety. You are traumatized because something scared you, and you are convinced that it is still out to get you. This is what happens when we don't face or overcome something difficult. We assume the threat lingers indefinitely. The psychological aspect of trauma healing is that you have to literally restore the connection that was severed in the exact same way that it was broken. If you are traumatized about relationships, you need to build healthy relationships. If you are traumatized about money, you need to get really good with money. If you are traumatized about traveling, you need to travel again. We do not find the resolution in avoiding these things forever. In fact, just underneath the fear, we often find that they are the things we really want more than anything else. Third, stop taking thoughts and feelings at face value. Last, to overcome trauma, you have to stop engaging in psychic thinking.
See, and that's what Nicole said, is that her body is stuck in a constant state of fight or flight. I think most of us are, which is what causes the PTSD and whatever, what is it known as now, the CPTSD. But we don't know how to correct it. And we need to learn how to do that. We need to learn how to do that. But she said something right now, and I lost my train of thought. Hold on. Let me rewind it 30 seconds.
If you are traumatized about traveling, you need to travel again. We do not find the resolution in avoiding these things forever. In fact,
I can tell you why you're doing that right now. Right now, I'm digging my nails into my hands, and I don't even know why. Because this conversation scares you. Believing and thinking that you can heal from this by addressing it scares you. It scares you so psychologically that you are doing this to yourself right now because you're afraid. You're afraid of what could happen. You're afraid of having to face it so that you can let it go. There, there's a saying, and I say it all the time, that your feelings are valid even if they're not fact. If you're afraid, like Felicia, she's afraid to drive. Her fear of driving is valid. It is a valid fear. It's understandable that she's afraid. But her fears, they are not fact. For all I know, I don't really know, but for all I know, she constantly imagines that if she gets behind the wheel, she's going to wreck and probably kill everybody, right? With that car accident. But it's not a fact. Just because you think it could happen doesn't mean it happened. Doesn't mean it will happen. For me, I told you guys before that I was terrified to drive on bridges or be on a bridge or heights, right? Like I'm terrified of heights. I hate them. They scare the crap out of me, for real, for real. And driving on bridges, I get so tense. I can't look around. I freeze up and I'm like this driving, and I'm terrified. The whole time my heart is racing as I'm driving. You know what's going through my mind? That bridge is going to fall down, crash, and we're all going to die. And I finally figured out why I have that irrational fear. I told you guys when I was 7 years old or 8 years old, we had, in 1989, October 17th, 1989, we had the Loma Prieta earthquake. That Loma Prieta earthquake brought down the I-880 in Oakland, San Francisco area. That bridge came down, killed a bunch of people because they were driving on the bridge during rush hour. It was 5 o'clock. It was just after 5 o'clock. And people were driving through rush hour. There was more people in the city than normal because they were doing the what's the baseball World Series? The World Series for the baseball. They were doing that in San Francisco. So at Candlestick Park, they were having the World Series go on. People were driving home from work, and many, many, many people died because that bridge came down. And that bridge coming down scares me to this day. And I had to do that work in order to be able to drive on bridges without having those reactions. I literally have nightmares about crashing. Yeah, I figured that's what it was. I mean, you never told me that, but I can assume. And now that you told me that your grandma was in a car accident and your mom was in a car accident, it makes perfect sense. But how many times have you been in an accident where you've been in the vehicle and that accident has happened with you in the vehicle? I have been driving since I was 12 years old. I'm 43 years old. I'm going to be 44 in a week. And I have only been in one car accident. No, 2 car accidents ever. One time somebody hit us. I was in the back seat with my aunt. Somebody rear-ended us. And then another time I was driving and some lady rear-ended me. I've been driving for 32 years? Since I was 12, I started driving on my own by myself. 12. I'm 44 almost. Been driving for 32 years. And I have never once been the cause of an accident. Even though I was always afraid that I would cause one. Never have. I don't have fight or flight. I have freeze. It's all the same. Fight, flight, or freeze are the same thing. They're the same reaction. They all go together. You will do one. You will do one of them, but that's what you're doing. So it's the same thing. You are going through that without actually the other parts of it, right? Like it's terrifying, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but I really, 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 really think that. I know you said you've done CBIT therapy before. Did you ever do CBIT therapy to address your fear of driving? Is it fear of being in cars or fear of you driving? Because obviously you go in the car because you go to your dad to his appointments. You go to the grocery store. So you get in the car. Is it just the fear of you driving? Or is it the fear of being in the vehicle?
fact, just underneath the fear, we often find that they are the things we really want more than anything else. Third, stop taking thoughts and feelings at face value. Last, to overcome trauma, you have to stop engaging in psychic thinking. You have to stop pretending you are able to predict what will happen, that you know other people's intentions, or that what you feel and think is absolute truth and reality. This kind of thinking is what takes a triggering feeling and turns it into a defeating spiral. You take one scary thing and make it into a prediction for what the future will hold. You are not an oracle.
And then you do it over and over and over and over and over. And you do it for so many years that there's no way that your brain believes that it will not happen. Your brain believes it is fact, but it's not. It is not a fact.
You do not know what's next, though you are always capable of choosing what you do now. Almost always, the thing you are most panicked about is a thing you do not know is happening for sure.
Yes, and thank you for saying that, Felicia. I didn't even think about that. Thank you, Nicole, and I'm so sorry this conversation is causing fear in you, but this is a safe space. It is. We're not here to judge you. We're not here to add more fear to you. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to harm you. We are just here to be a friend to you. We are here to be an ear to you. And we're here to help you understand that you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. It's a fear of driving. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, have you ever addressed that in therapy, even through your CBIT therapy? Or is that something that you don't even want to address because you're too afraid of it?
Or it is usually an assumption, a projection, a fear turned into a terrifying potential reality. You might think that trauma is something that other, more damaged people have, but that is not true. Everyone is traumatized in one way or another, but it is how we respond to it, how we ultimately grow and develop self-mastery from it, that determines the course of our lives. Becoming the most powerful version of yourself. Are you being the most powerful version of yourself? If you had to pause to think about it, the answer is probably no. Everybody has different facets of their personality, and we act.
I do it while I'm just watching TV too. I know this is a safe place, and I love you guys for that. I'm very glad to know that you know that. I wonder if the reason why you're doing it while you're watching TV is because it's too calm. There's too much calm going on. There's too much non-chaos happening, and your body doesn't know how to respond to that non-chaos. Because you're so used to being in chaos, suddenly there's none, and you don't know how to react. I wonder if that's what's happening. I'm going to start it soon in exposure therapy. Exposure therapy is scary, but you can do it. Because I'm no longer afraid to drive on bridges. I've worked through that.
On them based on the context we're in. It's a social adaptation tool. You are not the same person with your friends as you are with your parents. Moving through these easily is a sign of high psychological function. We are acquainted with the versions of ourselves that our current life requires. We know who we need to be at work, at home, or in love. But we are often unfamiliar with the person we need to be in order to move our lives forward. In inner child work, you visualize and address your younger selves, often down to a specific age, depending on which version of you was traumatized. You communicate with that inner child self, learn from them, protect them, or give them the guidance that they needed when they were young. This proves to be profoundly healing for people, mostly because we do not evolve past our former selves, we simply grow upon them. However, this practice can work the opposite way as well. You can also visualize and connect with your future self, the version of you that you are growing into, or the person you know you are meant to be. What would my most powerful self do today? The first step to becoming your most powerful self is to literally envision that person. Don't take yourself out of your current context either. Begin to ask yourself, what would the most powerful version of me do right now? What would they do with this day? How would they respond to this challenge? How would they move forward? How would they think? What would they feel? Your most powerful self needs to be the CEO of your life. It is the person making managerial decisions, governing everything else. This is the editor-in-chief, the matriarch or patriarch. You are working for your most powerful self. Once you have a clearer image of what your most powerful self is like, you then need to evaluate what habits, traits, and behaviors are actively holding you back from fully embodying that person. Be aware of your weaknesses. Powerful people are not delusional. They do not believe they are perfect all the time at everything. This is not
Hi, Al. We were talking about you yesterday. Not in a bad way, in a very good way. You know I adore you.
what makes them mentally strong. Instead, powerful people are very aware of their varying strengths and weaknesses. In business, powerful people will often outsource the tasks at which they are less skilled. In life, powerful people know where their limits are and what their triggers might be. This allows them to move through their lives with more ease and to give themselves the time and space needed to work on their.
Today's book club, we are doing the second to the last chapter of The Mountain Is You, which is a really great book. If you've never read it, I highly recommend that you do. It is amazing. It is an amazing book. It will help you so much to understand the self-sabotage that you're doing to yourself. The self-sabotage, right? It's amazing. It's an amazing book. It's really a good book.
Faults. The ability to say to yourself, I know I struggle a lot with this, so I'm going to take my time and work on it, is one of the most powerful things you can do. Be willing to be disliked. Powerful people are not the ones who are most universally liked. They are also not the ones vying for others' approval, and that's the key. To be a true.
Okay, let me use an example for you. I'm not trying to get political, but it's the best example that I could come up with. Who is the most powerful person you can think of? You're probably not thinking of who I'm thinking of, but who is the most powerful human being person? We're not talking about Jesus. Who is the most powerful person that you can think of right now living on this planet? Who do you think that is? Do you think that this person gives two thoughts about what you think of him? Well, he sits there in his piles of money, his piles and piles and piles of money, and all of the knowledge he has in here because that man is a genius. Do you think he cares what you think about him? I thought that's who you're going to say, Nicole, the president. No, I'm not talking about Donald Trump, but close to Donald Trump. But I bet you anything, Donald Trump don't give two shits about what you think about him either. That's what makes him powerful, and that's what makes him successful. Because it doesn't care. Elon Musk. Exactly, Paula. That's exactly who I was thinking about. Elon Musk. Because he doesn't care what you think about him. That's how he's so successful. Because he doesn't care. If he cared, he would be too busy caring. Oh no, this might make some people mad. Oh no, I can't do that because it might make some people mad. Oh no, I can't do this because it's going to piss some people off. Oh, what about that? No, because it's going to make some people mad. He don't care. He don't care. He's just out there being a super genius. He says whatever is on his mind, whatever that may be. He's not afraid to share his thoughts. He's not afraid to talk. He's not afraid to make his inventions. He's not afraid to be a little cuckoo. He's not afraid. He is not afraid. So why are we? Why are we afraid? Why are we so concerned with what other people think about us? Why? Why is that? I promise you, they don't care at all about what you think about them. So why do you care what they think about you? I told you guys a story yesterday about some lady or some girl that I work, whatever, lady, woman, whatever, somebody that I worked with. She cares so much about what other people think about her that to this day, 7 years later, she still hates me, even though I didn't even do anything. But to her, I wronged her real good, and she hates me for it. I don't care what she thinks about me. I don't. I do not care what she thinks about me. But back in those days, I did care. I did. It really hurt me for a really long time that she was so hurt and offended by what I didn't even do. It really, really bothered me. It took me years to finally let go and to finally stop saying, I can't make people's opinions on me change. They're going to think what they're going to think about me, and that's the end of that. And that is the end of that. Paula says, oh, hello, Paula. Sorry, I forgot to say hello because you were right. Paula said Elon Musk, and that's exactly what I was thinking of. She says, so true. People with oh God, I can't say that word. That word, mindset, do not worry themselves with what other people think. And that is 100% true. I don't know how anyone can hate you, Delilah. Oh, it's true. And lots of people do for different reasons. And we talked about it yesterday. I'll tell you later. What's that? Which one is this flavor? Oh, I like this one. Oh, that's so good. David just made a, how's it called? Zip Fizz. A Zip Fizz. It's like an energy drink without having like the jitters. It doesn't give you the jitters. It doesn't like give you that weird crash. It doesn't like make your heart race. It doesn't do any of that stuff. It's really, really good. We really like it. We really, really like it. Oh, thank you, Paula. We love you too. What's up? Do I have to be done by a certain time? Okay. Are we going to buy food to make tomorrow for barbecue? Okay. Another drink, please. Yeah, that one's a really good flavor. But aren't we out? Or do we still have some more? No, that was the last one. I thought it was the last one. That's why I was going to ask him to make me one, but there isn't one to make. It's all right. No. You have it.
I have another one.
You fat liar. You just said you didn't have no more.
In my bag.
No, it's okay. You can have it. It's fine. It's good though. But it's fine. So rude. You didn't even say hi.
Truly powerful person, you must be willing to be disliked. This is not to say that you behave in any way that's malicious, but it is to say that no matter what you do, others are going to judge you. How?
Exactly. No matter what you do. This particular person, I was going to give her money. She, every single day that you've seen her, she didn't have money for gas. She didn't have money for food. She didn't, whatever. There was always, I don't have no money. I don't have no money. I don't have no money. I never carry cash. And the one time I had cash, I gave it to her to put gas. And then another time, I don't know why I had cash. I had some cash and I was going to give it to her because all she was doing was complaining that, you know, her and her daughters don't have any food. They don't have any gas. They don't have this. They don't have that. They need diapers, blah, blah, blah. And I had extra money and I didn't need it. So I was going to give it to her. And instead of her responding to me, she just ignored me, got mad because somebody else asked me what was going on. And I was like, I don't know. Is she okay? That's it. That's all I said. And that turned into her hating me. To this day, she still hates me. To this day. And I text my other friend, my other coworker friend, and I was like, you will never guess who I got while I was making a phone call trying to get something corrected, right? You will never guess. And let's see. She knew exactly who it was. Let me see if I can find it. I think we started talking about our new boss because we're going to share a manager this coming bid. What did I do? Did I just skip it? I must have skipped it. But let me type in a word and see if I could find it that way. No, I don't know where it's at. I missed it somewhere in here. But she even said, she was like, no way, out of all the people in the world, you got her. She's like, I can't believe she's still mad at you after all this time and you didn't even do anything. And I'm like, it is what it is. It is what it is. Some people are just going to hate you no matter what. No matter what. And all I was trying to do was be nice. Not everyone will like us no matter what we do. Exactly. She said just what I was thinking. No, yeah, we thought the exact same thing. Oh, I thought everything froze. No, sorry, that was me. That was me. Sorry. I was looking for the message,
Powerful
but
people know this. There,
I was looking for it to prove that I didn't do anything wrong because this person was involved in that chaos. And the other person went running to her to tell her all about the things that I supposedly did. And then the other guy, who actually is the one who asked, was like, dude, that didn't even happen. What are you talking about? Whatever.
no path in life that you can take that will be free of resistance from others. And so it is important that you not only become okay with being disliked, but you anticipate it and act anyway. Act on purpose. Powerful and purposeful are one and the same. To be a truly powerful person, you need to have complete, unwavering conviction about what you want to create. To do this, you have to shift from a live for the moment to a live for the legacy mindset.
Okay, I think that's a perfect way to put it, because truly when I think of Elon Musk, that's what I think of. I think that that's all he does is think about the future, think about his legacy. I don't even think he cares about his legacy, to be honest with you, but I think what he really cares about is the legacy of the design, the creation, and the future. I think that's all he thinks about. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know, but that's the vibe I get from that man, is that all he's thinking about is tomorrow and the next day and the next day and 10 years from now and 50 years from now and 100 years from now, even when he's no longer here.
Your purpose is a dynamic, evolving thing. Most of the time, it is at the intersection of what you are interested in, what you are good at, and what the world needs. Having a clear vision of what you want to create and accomplish is essential to finding your inner power. You will not feel strongly about a dream that is not part of who you most essentially are. Do your inner work. This is perhaps the most important and yet most commonly overlooked, because it is the least comfortable. To do your inner work means to evaluate why something triggered you, why something is upsetting you, what your life is trying to show you, and the ways you could grow from these experiences.
And that truly is very, very hard. And it's very painful sometimes, but it is so worth it. It is so incredibly worth it. And see, and Paula thinks exactly what I think about Elon. That's just what I get from him. I don't think he does anything maliciously. I think everything he does is with the good intention for the future. But he cares so little about what you think of him right now that he doesn't even think about it. He just thinks about what is going to make tomorrow better.
Truly powerful people absorb what has happened to them and sort of metabolize it. They use it as an opportunity to learn, to develop themselves. This type of inner mental and emotional work is non-negotiable if you want to be truly powerful. Powerful people are not the most aggressive. Aggression is usually a self-defense mechanism.
Like, was it Thomas Jefferson? I forget who it was, but somebody famous years and years and years and years ago. They talked about how somebody asked them, like, why did you never quit trying to invent this, whatever, right? I just came up with that name. I don't know who it was, but they asked them, why did you not give up trying to create this? And he said, I failed 1,000 times and I finally got it right on the last time. But guess what? That's what he said. He said, people think that I failed 1,000 times, but all I did was figure out that 1,000 different ways on how this wouldn't work. And that helped me finally figure out how to make it work. And that is like, obviously those are not the exact words, I'm paraphrasing, but it's a very incredible just thought process to have when you're thinking about Thomas Edison. So yes, so it was him. Okay. I was right. I don't know. I was thinking about the light bulb. I think it was about the light bulb, but I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, he figured out 1,000 ways to not make something, but all he needed was the one for it to work. And Nikolai Tesla, he did not give two craps what people thought about him. And to this day, he was what, like 1,000,000 years ago? And one of his electrical buildings or whatever is still up in Niagara Falls. It doesn't work anymore, or they don't use it anymore, but it's still there. I bet you it's being used for something. I bet you there's a secret going on in there somewhere because it was like so futuristic. I bet you there's technology in there that is still even futuristic for us today. I bet you.
Powerful people are the ones most unfazed by small disturbances and most willing to fully process and work through the big ones. Of course, this is the foundational stuff. Next, you have to work on simplifying your life.
This can, I imagine, help. This can help so much. Oh no, wait. This can so much be equated to our weight loss journey. Exactly. And I think you missed it, Paula, when Grace had said that she's so afraid of weight gain that she feels like that's why she kept gaining weight. And that's what I think too. I think that all of this, for me, this is why when I seek a therapist from now on, because I never thought about it before. From now on, when I seek a therapist, it will always be somebody who is very, very well versed in EDs. Because for me, in the end, every single time I turn, good morning, Journey, how are you? Um, every time I think of how I sabotage myself, it's always with food. Food is my comfort. Food is where I go to. Food is the only thing that was always there, always, forever, my whole entire life. Right? Nothing else. I could not count on anything else the way that I could on food. And every single thing that still goes on in my life, I still turn to food for. Why? So that's why I feel like I need an ED therapist, specialist, right? I can't just be one of those people who sees a regular therapist. I need an ED therapist specifically. And I'm so glad that I finally figured that out because it took a while.
Talking less about your ambitions and showing more of your accomplishments once they are completed. Gradually make health improvements. Assume that everyone and everything has something to teach you.
Mm-hmm.
Become comfortable with vulnerability, as vulnerability precedes almost every significant part of your life, and intentionally design your daily routine. Through everything, you must be thinking as your most powerful self would. If you learn to see the world and your life through that lens, you can create a life that reflects the intentions of that side of you. It already exists. You just need to know how to tap into it. Learning to validate your feelings. If we want to be effective in therapy, in politics, in relationships, in teaching kids, in talking someone down from the edge, in keeping peace, making friends, fostering connection, and making progress, there's one technique we have to employ first. It's a little secret, and it's one that requires very little effort, but it disarms people. It opens them, makes them receptive, willing to listen and adapt. It is healing. It is mind-altering, but most importantly, it is the first step to progress. It is emotional validation. Validating someone's feelings doesn't mean you agree with them. It doesn't mean you concede that they are correct. It doesn't mean that those feelings are the healthiest. It doesn't mean they are informed by logic.
And a lot of times you have to remember to even validate your own feelings, even when they're irrational.
Validating feelings does not mean you make them more true. It means you remind someone that it is human to feel things they don't always understand.
Mm-hmm.
How often do we just need a partner to stop trying to strategize and just say, that must really suck? How much of a weight is lifted off our shoulders when we think, yes, I really am stressed right now, and I deserve to be? How light do we feel when we see another person's story splayed out across a screen, one that we can relate to and understand, no matter how devastating it is? How much better do we feel when we simply allow ourselves?
See, perfect timing, Grace. What you said and what she said at the same time. I learn from all of you in every upload. And that's why I think it's so important that if, like, Johnny wanted to start a channel and just hasn't yet, that was the point that she planned to. And I hope that one day you do. I do. I hope Mia one day does. Because I feel like sharing your story will help someone. For me, that's all I ever wanted, was to be able to find even just one person who felt the same way that I did and can understand that, you know what? You're not alone. You're not alone in this. All I wanted was one person to not feel alone anymore. And Journey is my online therapist. Damn it, Johnny, always coming through for everyone.
Supposed to be aggrieved and pissed off and irrationally mad. When we let ourselves have it, the feeling that is, something incredible happens. We no longer have to take it out on other people because we are no longer relying on their validation to get us through it. We can be aggrieved and pissed and mad and do our own processing without hurting anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
When people are crying out or acting out in their lives, they aren't just asking for help. They are most often just asking for someone to affirm that it is okay to feel the way that they do. And if they have to inflate and exaggerate circumstances for you to truly feel the weight and impact that they do, they'll do it. They'll do whatever it takes to get someone else to say, I am so sorry for what you are going through. This is not because they are incompetent or dumb. It is because in a world that does not teach us how to adequately process our own feelings, we must often rely solely on our maladaptive coping mechanisms. When we cannot validate our own feelings, we go on a never-ending quest to try to force others to do it for us, but it never works. We never really get what we need. This looks like needing attention, affirmation, compliments, but it also looks like being dramatic, negative, and focusing disproportionately on what's wrong in our lives. When someone is complaining about something simple, and they seem to be doing it more than the given situation would call for, they aren't trying to get your help about a small issue. They are trying to have their feelings validated.
My employer uses a platform called Spring Health. Spring Health. And I work for I guess it's called a Fortune 500 company. And that Fortune 500 company has what's called an EAP, or an employee assistance program. And part of that program gives you 12. They just changed it this year. So 12 free therapy sessions a year for you and anybody in your household. And through that, I did my 12 last year. No, yeah, last year. Okay, so it changed last year. So I did my 12 last year, and then I stayed on the platform and I had them run my insurance. And they said my insurance, in conjunction with my EAP, will cover my sessions at 100%. So I don't pay anything, but I have to use this platform in order to not pay anything. But my ED therapist has left the platform. And let's see. Because she's in here, I don't know if I could still find it. Find new care. Okay, therapists. So you just type in your address and your zip code, and then you can put in the filters to like conditions, and then it has like all these different things. I just click eating disorders, and then it'll bring up everybody who works with eating disorders. And there's a lot of platforms. And so mine is all done virtually, right? They do have some that you can also go in office, but I prefer virtual because then I don't have an excuse to not go. And so no matter what, I always do it. And that's how I found mine. But there's also, if you don't have that same option, today, I think it's called, let's see. Yep. You go to psychologytoday.com, and then you can type in the filters, right? And then you go in here and you put like whatever and see more filters. And then you can hit eating disorders, hit show the therapist, and then it'll show you everybody who is licensed to practice in your state, and it'll show you like all these options. And then you could contact any one of these people and see if they take your insurance, see if you're, how your insurance coverage will work with them. But it's like look, there's a lot of people, lots and lots. And there's not like millions, but then There's also different pages, so you could keep going down the pages and you can find one that way through Psychology Today. Let me type it in. Oh, I guess it even kept it with eating disorders in the filter. Okay. I guess in some ways people love the bluntness and others not so much. Um, I'm unapologetically me, though. If you know me, you'll know that I come from a place of love. And that's exactly what we were talking about. Who is the most influential, powerful person on the planet? Who is that? He don't give two shits what you think about him. He don't care. He doesn't care. And that's what makes him great. That's what makes him the richest man on the planet. And he laughs at us while he plays in his piles of money. That's my imagination, right? My imagination is that he laughs at all the people who think things about him that he doesn't care what we're thinking. I'm currently doing my eyebrows, so if you need me, just shout. Not too loud though, because you're in my ear. Okay, I'll remember that. I'll remember that. Oh, you're very welcome, Paula. I hope that helps. Oh, just you could change the filter because I just saw right now that it says Texas, and I don't know where you're at. Um, and then you just change it to wherever, like it'll ask you for your zip code, and then you put that in.
This is also a common root of self-sabotaging behaviors. Sometimes, when we have deep wells of grief within us, we absolutely cannot allow ourselves to relax and enjoy our lives and relationships. We cannot just have fun, because doing so feels like a betrayal. It feels offensive. We need to feel validated, but we don't even know why. Why is this effective? Think of your feelings like water running through ducts in your body. Your thoughts determine whether or not the ducts are clean. The cleanliness of the ducts determines the quality of the water. If you suddenly have a feeling that you dislike and don't expect, a sudden rush of water, let's say, it's common to want to shut that valve off and not allow it to pass. However, stopping the flow of water does not make the water go away. Instead, it begins to intensely pressurize and create serious damage to the parts of your body that are no longer receiving flow. This begins to have a ripple effect on your entire life. Sometimes the water disperses itself gradually. Other times it implodes and creates what we see on
Arlington's right down the road. It's like, I don't know, 15 minutes away. That's funny. Let me know if you're ever in town.
on the surface as a complete emotional breakdown. When all of that water finally comes through and we grieve and cry and fall apart, we are going through a process of being reset. It is positive disintegration. We are gutted. We are cleaned. We feel calm, refreshed, and relieved. All that happened in that implosion was that your feelings became validated when you gave yourself permission to feel them because you had no other choice. This is what we do in therapy. This is what we do when we vent. This is what happens when we experience a catharsis. A sad movie that we kind of enjoy being sad about allows us to feel sad in a world that otherwise does not. But there's a healthier, easier way, which is learning how to process our feelings in real time. Validating your feelings sounds like a big term, but it really means one thing. It's just letting yourself have them. When you are healing past trauma, often a big component is allowing yourself to experience the full expression of an emotion. You have probably done this healthily and correctly in the past. Think about the passing of a relative whom you loved but were not overly attached to. When you learned of their death, you were undoubtedly sad, but you didn't attend their funeral, cry for an hour, and then carry on with your life as though nothing happened.
Okay. Two things. One, I'm going on a 50 state tour. Let me know where you're at in Missouri, and I will be happy to add you to my list. Or if you come here first, whatever happens first. But on top of that, you're talking about how when somebody in family dies, right? Like, okay, how long ago? I don't even remember. It was not that long ago that my grandma passed away. Well, they didn't have a funeral. But if they would have had a funeral, would I have gone? No. Do I have memories of her? Not really. The real memories that I have of her are not very good. I remember she couldn't pronounce jello, or was it yellow? It was either yellow or jello, and she would mix them up. Um, it's probably because she didn't speak English well, I'm guessing. Um, but I never heard her speak Spanish either, so I don't know. And none of her kids speak Spanish, so. I remember she had geese in her backyard, and she would make me go play back there, and she knew that those geese were mean and they would always attack me, and I hated them. Manchester, Missouri. Ooh, by St. Louis. My first friend that I ever made in Texas, the male one, because I made a female and a male like around the same time, but the first male friend that I ever made from Texas was from St. Louis. But I was sad that she died. I felt bad for my aunt. Not so much for anybody else because I don't know them either. But I felt really bad for my aunt. I felt really, really bad. And I was sad that somebody died. And I don't care who you are, whether I know you or I don't know you. I'm going to be sad to hear that somebody passed away. But I didn't know her like that. My world didn't stop, if that makes sense. Is that mean? Yeah, maybe. But she chose to not be a part of my life. She chose to remove herself from my life for me to get to know her in order for me to have that connection to her, so that when she did pass away, I didn't have that emotion, you know? Yes, I was sad, and I eventually figured out that I was even more sad because it robbed me of the opportunity of getting to know them and getting to have family in that position. And I just never, I don't know if any of that makes sense, but I was sad about that. I've had 4 deaths within a 3-year span. My uncle hit by a drunk driver. My aunt's stroke slowly passed. My dad had kidney transplant, got infected, went to the hospital, got COVID, turned into pneumonia. I'm so sorry. I'm so incredibly sorry. What do they say, that death comes in threes? I'm so sorry. Every time there's a death in my family, there's always 3. I had my uncle Sam pass away from, he was a type 2 diabetic. He had kidney issues. He needed a kidney transplant, didn't get it in time, and then he ended up passing away from kidney failure. And then right after him, my uncle was killed in what's it called? Felton? No, Felton's in up north. Fontana. In Fontana by the Fontana Police Department. They killed him. And then and then my uncle Pablo passed away. So all 3 of them passed away at the same time within like weeks of each other. And then it's just when my uncle Manuel passed away, then I don't remember who died at the same time as him. 2 more people died at the same time as him. Everybody always dies in threes in my family. I don't know why. They've always been like just in groups. My sister had a seizure before getting in the shower. Hit her head and passed, door locked, couldn't go. Oh, so sorry. I'm so incredibly sorry, Johnny. I know that had to hurt really bad, and I know that you still really severely mourn the loss of your sister. I assume that you mourn the loss of the rest of your family too, and I'm very sorry that happened. I wish that things like that didn't have to happen, but unfortunately we can't change it. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm sorry to hear that. It is very sad. Oh, you just had a friend pass away too, Paula. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry. This New Year's, my friend passed away like 2 days after his 38th birthday. 38th birthday. I don't know what happened to him. I know that because we would talk every single day. And so one day we were talking, and then he goes, let me call you back real quick. I said, okay. We hung up. And then he sent me a really weird text message, and it was like all gibberish. And I was like, are you having a stroke? And I meant it. And I kept calling him and calling him and calling him, and he wouldn't answer. And then they found him dead the next day. And to this day, I'm convinced he had a stroke. And he was so young. I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry to hear that, Paula. But this is going to be the 1-year anniversary of his death, and it's really sad. This all started in 2021. My dad in 2024. I'm so sorry. Death is never easy in any capacity. Whether we know what's happening or we don't know what's happening, it is never easy. And especially when they're very close to us. And sometimes when they're not close to us, and we wish that they were close to us, and then we have to grieve the loss of a relationship that never was. If my dad passed away today, I don't know the man. Would I be sad? Yes. Would I be sad because I personally had a relationship with him? No, because I don't. But if he passed away today, I would grieve more because I didn't have the opportunity to know him as a father. Does that make sense? I'm heartbroken, but I know that this friend is in heaven. There's no doubt about that. That's awesome. That is really awesome. That is amazing. I'm really glad to hear that part at least. I'm really glad. There's a little bug that keeps flying around in my face, and I keep trying to kill him, but he keeps escaping. Stupid little bug.
Instead, you probably experienced a bout of sadness then, and then maybe the next day, and then maybe a week later. The waves of grief came and went in varying intensity.
Mm-hmm.
When you didn't resist them, you cried and felt sad, or maybe took a nap, a hot bath, or a day off from work. And then,
I'm very sorry to hear that, Nicole. I don't know what I would do if I lost my mother. I can imagine that the heartbreak will remain until you are no longer here. And I know that my grandma passed away like 10 years ago, and my mom will still sometimes call me and be like in a hysterical state. And I'm like, what's wrong? And I realized later that it's because she's missing her mom or she's missing her dad because they died 3 years apart, but about 10 years ago. There are some deaths that are a lot harder to deal with. And I'm very sorry that is something that you have to deal with at all. I am. Oh, Paula, your mom passed. That's 10 years ago. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And Felicia's lost her mom too, huh? Yep, right there. Me too, Nicole. 2 years ago next month. September and October are hard months for me. You know, my friend who I work with, her stepsister was killed 2 or 3 years ago, also in October. And then her birthday comes in October. So October is really hard for her. And I always feel so bad. Always feel so bad. And I think part of a lot of the pain that she has is the fact that they were once so close, and then they lost touch with each other and they just didn't have a relationship anymore. And then she was killed, and I think that's part of the reason why she grieves so hard is because she grieves the loss of the relationship that they didn't have anymore. And that makes me really sad. But I'm so sorry for you all. I can't imagine what that feels like. I really couldn't. Like I understand what it's like in a way, because, you know, when I was 7, that happened with my mom. And we believed she was gone. How does anybody survive that? How does anybody survive that? There was no way she could survive, right? So that's what we believed. We believed that for 2 full days until the police came knocking on the door and came and got us to take us to her. And my mother's parents and my aunt were telling us that she's alive. And we were like, we saw what happened. We watched. There's no way. And they were like, no, really. And then they immediately took us to the hospital to go see her. for 2 days. And I know 2 days is not a long time, but for 2 days as a 7-year-old is a lifetime. It's a lifetime. So I kind of sort of understand because I can remember that feeling, that grief that I went through. But then the relief that she wasn't gone. So I don't know what that's like, and I'm so sorry that that's happened to you because I'm positive that it's not easy. Positive it's not. Oops. Positive it's not easy. But my mother grieved her mother so much, and now I know they are together again and will be together again once my time comes. That's really hard to think about, but it's true. One day we will all meet again. That's really hard, and I'm sorry. I don't even know. Do we want to finish this chapter? It's like a really hard chapter. I don't want to like interrupt what's happening right now. I don't know if this is helping or hurting you guys to be in a place where 3 of you have all lost your mothers. And I'm so sorry. Definitely how I think too, Felicia. My dad mourned the loss of my sister so much that I know that they're together. Aww.
Without much effort from you, the feeling passed, and you felt better. Once we have and acknowledge an emotion, it will often go away on its own. If there is no course of action to take, if all we really need to do is accept it, then we just have to let ourselves be there. Feelings, once felt, begin to change themselves over time. The reason we don't do this more naturally is because obviously we can't burst into tears at our desks every time we feel bothered by something. But turning off the water valve is perfectly fine, as long as we can go home and let it out later. It is okay to control when and where we process. And in fact, it's better when we learn to do it in a more stable, safe space. This can look like taking a few minutes to junk journal each day, spending time by ourselves where we can simply experience how we feel without judgment and without trying to change them. It can be as simple as allowing ourselves to cry before we fall asleep. We often think of that as a sign of weakness, when really, the ability to cry freely is a huge signal of mental and emotional strength. It's when we can't cry about what's truly broken in our lives that we have a big problem. Validating the way
I'm one of those who don't cry. I don't cry. I cry here, apparently, for some reason. And I think it's because I'm going through therapy and I'm working on a lot of healing. But I am not a crier. I don't know how to allow myself to go through emotions, especially grief or sadness, actually any emotion. Bad emotions, good emotions, whatever. It's very, very, very hard for me to do that. And I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that both of your parents were lost in February, you guys. I'm so sorry. It's okay to grieve. That's normal. There's no timetable on it either. No, I agree. I agree.
Someone else feels is an exercise in radial empathy. It is starting the conversation with, "It is okay to feel this way." Because when we point out how wrong someone is to feel the way they do, they shut down. And they shut down because they feel shame.
Mm-hmm.
They already know it's not right to feel the way they do. If you start the conversation by heightening someone's defenses or making them panic and suppress even harder, you make the situation worse. But if you start with reminding them that anyone in their situation would probably feel similar to how they do right now,
Mm-hmm.
and that it is very possible that they can have strong, overwhelming emotions that don't necessarily mean their lives are completely ruined, and that it is okay to feel devastated when devastating things are before us, we lighten their load. We know this because when we stop resisting feeling sad and just let ourselves be sad, we realize that it will not last forever. We see that sometimes the biggest problem isn't that we are devastated, but that in refusing to accept what is in front of us, we create so much more suffering than we would if we had just had a cry when we needed to have a really good cry.
Journey, I'm so sorry. I cry all the time when I think of my sister. She was the one person who was present in our lives consistently. I'm so sorry to hear that. I know that you often make comparisons to me and your sister, and I hope that you find some peace in that, but I know it's not easy. I really, really know it's not easy. But I always try to think like, okay, well, at least this that this person does reminds me of that person that I lost and that I loved. And when they do that, it reminds me of when my loved one did that, and it just makes me happy to think about it and to see it happen again. But it's also painful. It's also really painful. And I'm really sorry.
Validating other people teaches us how to validate ourselves. And when we learn how to validate ourselves, we become stronger. We see that our emotions are no longer threats, but informants. They show us what we care about, what we want to savor, and what we want to protect. They remind us that life is fleeting and challenging and gorgeous. When we are willing to accept the darkness, it is only then that we find the light. Adopting your own principles. If you feel lost, or as though you don't know where you want your life to go next, or worse, fear that everything you have built could come crashing down, you don't need more inspiration. You don't need more positive thinking. You do not need more Pinterest photos or inspirational quotes. When you have money problems, you need money principles. When you have relationship problems, you need relationship principles. When you have work problems, you need work principles. When you have life problems, you need life principles. More money does not solve money problems. Different relationships do not solve relationship problems. New work does not solve work problems. Your future life will not solve your life problems. This is because money does not make you good with money. Love does not make you love yourself. Relationships don't make you good at relationships. Work doesn't make you good at your job or capable of.
Tony Robbins says that people often think money will bring them happiness, right? He's like, they think that it cures all the problems. There's no more problems once you have money. He said, and that's not true. He's been both dirt poor and filthy stinker rich. And he says, being rich, having more money just brings you a higher caliber of problems, but you still got problems. So it's not the money that helps you. It's the thought process that you have behind money, the way that you steward your money, the way that you spend your money, the way that you look at your money, the way that you use that money, that helps you to find peace with money, whether you have a little or you have a lot.
Of work-life balance. Problems don't inherently make you a stronger person unless you change and adapt. The variable here is you. The common denominator is whether or not you shift your foundational perspective on the world and how you behave within it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be very clear. Someone who makes 500K can be as seriously in debt and struggling as someone who makes 50K.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, this happens more often than you would ever think. People who make less money are required to learn how to manage it better. And people who make more think they can eschew principles because of the quantity they are attaining. You can screw up your dream relationship just as quickly as you can hook up. Because the way you relate to others is an issue with you, not something that shifts depending on whether or not you meet the most perfect person who never triggers or annoys you and relates to you with unconditional positive regard. You can be just as unhappy in your ideal job with your perfect hours at your most desired pay rate if you don't know how to ration your time, relate to others in your workplace, or move your career forward.
For those of you that don't know, Journey and I have decided we are winning the lotteries, right? Like separately so that we get bigger monies, right? Because if we win together, then we have to share that money, which is fine. I'll share with her. But if we win separately, then we have a chance at a bigger monies each, right? And when we win those monies, we're taking everybody on a trip. We're going to Vegas. And Journey didn't say, but I said, I am paying for everybody's hotel and for dinner, and we will hang out and we will just have a great time. GLP-1 community in Vegas, right? On the lottery. But neither of us play the lottery, but we're both convinced that we're going to win. We've already decided it's going to happen, but neither one of us plays. So don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath.
People who are living their dreams and following their passion can be just as unhappy as people who are not.
Yeah, we have 100% decided it's happening. So it's happening. Mark my words. But don't know when, because we don't play. Neither of us play. Yeah, you never know. I mean, people give lottery tickets as gifts, right? GLP-1 Club coming to Vegas. 2029, the grand opening. I'm all about planning trips. Like we're talking about, we're gonna go on that cruise in February. So we're talking about if we end up liking the cruise, that we will go on another cruise the next year for their birthdays. Um, and we were like, "Ooh, if we do that, we'll throw it out to the communities, and maybe we can all like the way that what's their faces did their cruise. That would be fun. Except it wouldn't be organized. It would just be organized chaos."
If you don't have principles, your life is not going to get better just because you envision and then try to create a new one. Those problems are only going to follow you and get bigger as your life does. The good things that happen to us in life are like a magnifier. They show us where we still need to grow. True love shows us to ourselves. Money shows us to ourselves. Dream jobs show us to ourselves. The good, the bad, that desperately needs to change right now. If you don't have principles now, you won't have them later. If you don't have the money principle of living beneath your means, you won't be able to do it when you have more money. If you don't have the relationship principle of not relying on others for your sense of self, it won't magically resolve itself when you meet the right person.
That part right there. That part right there. Your ability to create, what's the word? Boundaries. Your ability to create boundaries in relationships, your ability to create boundaries with the way that you spend money do not magically come when you find the one. They do not. You have to build them now.
You will only sabotage that relationship too. What is a principle? A principle is a fundamental truth that you can use to build the foundation of your life. A principle is not an opinion or a belief.
I'm skipping the buffet too because I hate I hate buffet food. Even if I was on or not on a GLP-1, I hate buffet food. But I will make sure that whenever we go to Vegas, that I take my shot. However long we're gonna be there, the weekend at least. We'll be there at least the weekend, right? So I will take my shot. If we go Saturday and Sunday, I'll take my shot on Monday, so that Saturday and Sunday I will be at my most hungry of the week. Although, I'm still not eating at the buffet because I hate buffets. I hate buffets. Well, I hate buffets, Nicole. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to gain any weight because I hate buffets and I'm not going to eat at them. So, yeah.
Principle is a matter of cause and effect. Principles can become personal guidelines. Some examples of money principles are the following: keep overhead costs low, get out and stay out of debt, live beneath your means.
We'll go to a really good steakhouse and we'll tell them in advance, do not bring the breads out, do not bring the whatever out, because we're only going to eat whatever we order and probably won't even finish it. So do not bring anything extra out because then we won't finish what we actually wanted to eat. Hey, well, we'll have our partners with us or a friend or whoever, so they can eat the rest. They will be fine eating the rest of my food. Oh, Paula, that would be so fun. Let us know let us know how it goes if you do get a chance to go.
Or save for a rainy day. Many financial experts advocate prioritizing debt repayment as the beginning of financial health. This is because one day of accrued interest probably won't impact you that much, but 20 years will, to the tune of tens of thousands of dollars, if not more. In the same way, one day of gained interest in investments won't make a big difference, but 20 years will, to an even more significant margin.
Wait a minute. Are we already planning the restaurants? Dude, I'm dead serious when I tell you guys we're going to Vegas. Me and Jerlene talked about this for like a whole 6 months. What the heck? We're going to Vegas. Oh, son of a, what happened? Oh, we're going to Vegas. We're going to Vegas. Let's start planning a Vegas. We don't have to plan the dates yet. We can plan the dates out a little later if you guys want, but let's start planning like the places we want to go. And by the way, we haven't won the lottery yet, so everybody's on their own for money. But if we win the lottery before that time, because we're winning the lottery, mark my words, we are winning the lottery. So when we win the lottery, it'll be on us, well, on me. But before the lottery, it's on you.
The point of having principles is that it shifts you from short-term survival to long-term thriving. Most things in our lives are governed by principles. Stephen Covey explains this well. Principles are a natural law, like gravity. It's different than a value. Values are subjective. Principles are objective. We control our actions, but the consequences that flow from those actions are controlled by principles, he says. This means that if we are committed to the principle of eating good food each day, we will inevitably reap the benefit of better or improved health. If we write a sentence each day, we will inevitably write a book. If we commit to paying off a portion of our debts each month, we will inevitably pay them off.
Yep.
If we invest consistently and wisely, we will eventually see a return. Our lives are governed by principles, as Benjamin Hardy explains. Most people cram for tests while in college, but can you cram if you're a farmer? Can you forget to plant in the spring, slack off all?
My number is 57. 57. Wait, is it? It does go up to like 100, right? Like you could pick like 1 through 99. If it's not, then my number is 5. Okay. So we got 57 and 26 so far. We are the exact number of numbers. Oh, see, look. Okay, so we got 57 and 26. Somebody make count. 57, 26. What's the other number? 23. I think you mean 6, 7. Who said? I didn't say 6, did I? Wait, did I? I meant 5, the number 5, and then 7. Wait, we need more numbers. Wait a minute. Okay, so me, Paula, Felicia. My kid keeps saying that. I don't know what that means. 6, 7. Wait. We need more numbers. We're putting the numbers in. Okay. Those are the numbers so far. I don't understand. I don't have kids. No Nintendo, sorry.
All summer and then work hard during the fall? Of course not. A farm is a...
Nicole, there's none of that. You pick one number. Pick one number and stick to it. Is it 7 or is it 11? One number. One. A saying the kids are saying these days. Why are they saying that? What does it mean? What does it mean, though? Is that too loud? Do I have to wait until he's done watering my window so that I could keep playing? Nicole, one number. Pick one. Which one is it? Yeah, see what Journey said. 1. That'll be the Powerball number. Pick one. Which one is it? Okay, so we got 57, 26, 23, 7 or 11, one of them. What other number is there? What is it? No idea what it means, but it's so annoying. Kids are annoying these days, man. They say the weirdest things. Nicole, you still need to pick one. Grace needs to pick one. Wait a minute. How many numbers are on the numbers? How many numbers you pick? 6? Because Journey, you haven't picked your number yet either. Grace and Journey need a number, and Nicole needs to narrow it down.
Natural system governed by principles. So are you. The law of the harvest is always in effect. What you plant, you must harvest. Furthermore, what you plant consistently over time eventually yields a compounded or exponential harvest. You often don't experience the consequences of your action.
No side conversations until we pick all the numbers. Nicole needs to pick, Grace needs to pick, and Journey needs to pick. Pick your numbers and then side conversations. It goes up to 69. Is 69 your number? Is that what you're saying? You got to pick a number. And Grace has to pick a number, and Nicole needs to narrow it down. No side conversations until they're picked. So is Grace number 6? Is that it? Is that your number, Grace? Is your number 6? I need to know, what are the numbers? Is the lottery, is this like a national lottery, or is it like a California lottery and a Texas lottery? I don't even know. So if we both play today, I will go play today with these numbers. If they're not the same numbers being played for the whole country, then I will play the same number separately. If not, you guys need to pick a second number. And some of you haven't even picked your first number. So get to picking. I don't care if you have to roll dice, if you have to rock, paper, scissors yourself. Do something. Flip a coin, something.
Immediately, which can be deceiving. If you smoked one cigarette, you probably wouldn't get cancer. If you spent $10 on coffee just one day, it probably wouldn't affect your financial life. However, over time, these habits have drastic outcomes. It turns out that $10 daily over 50 years at 5% compounding interest becomes $816,000. When you make an investment, you don't expect to see a return that day.
69 is the age my dad passed away, and my sister goes, excuse me, of course he'd, oh my God, excuse me. Of course he'd choose that number to go in peace. And we just busted out laughing. That's because we know how he is. So then your number is 69. Okay, great. So we have one more number. Grace, pick a number. And Nicole, get to work. 57, 26, 23, 69 so far. How many numbers do you pick, though? I don't even know. Is it 6 numbers? So what you're saying is put the fried in the bag. Journey, get her. Pick a number, Grace.
In the same way, you can go to sleep feeling accomplished.
You know what? Right now, look at my phone. We're on chapter 7 and 11. So, okay, 11. There you go. But this is really chapter, I don't know, 6? I don't know what chapter this is. The number's off. Okay, so Nicole is 11. I'm sounding a bit Delulu, blend Gen Alpha. Yeah, but none of those are numbers. So pick a number.
Knowing that you chipped away at your future just by adhering to your principles. Little things done repeatedly and over time become the big things. Why is inspiration ineffective here? Inspiration can be misleading. Big dreams, not backed by strategic plans, are big flops waiting to happen. Inspiration means you take a feeling and elaborate on it. You allow your mind to wander. You piece together pretty pictures and create an image of how you'd like your life to feel. Principles are boring. They aren't inspiring. They are the laws of nature. Principles are not immediately gratifying. They do not make us feel better right away. That's why we often reach for inspiration, but find it to be ineffective. This is because we get our minds and hearts set on a vague.
That's funny. So we need one more number. We need one more number, Grace. Pick a number. Is it 6? Is that what I'm hearing? You were born at 7'11" and weighed 7 pounds and 11. Wait a minute. Did 7-Eleven give you anything free? That's funny. My boss baby is Gen Alpha. But he's still a baby. He doesn't even say those words yet. I weighed 7 pounds, 7 ounces when I was born.
Idea of what we think we want without ever really evaluating whether or not we want to engage in the daily work and effort it would take to get there.
So is Grace forfeiting her opportunity to be part of our winning numbers? And then we'll just throw in 11 for Nicole since she couldn't pick? I mean, 7 for Nicole because she couldn't pick? Is that what's happening here?
When we don't pair.
I guess so. Okay, so those are our number. Those are our numbers. Now we need to figure out, is it the whole country or are they 2 separate lotteries? Whole country or 2 separate lotteries? Because if they're 2 separate lotteries, I will play those numbers here in Texas. You play those numbers there in California. But if it's the whole country, then we need another set of numbers.
For inspiration with the principles it takes to achieve those dreams, we become more lost and disappointed than ever before. How do I start developing my own principles? Nobody is born with excellent principles. They are something that you learn. However, there are many different principles in life, and some may contradict one another. That's why it's important to adopt your own, ones that fit your goals and your life.
Mm-hmm.
Begin with this. What do you value? What do you genuinely care about? What feelings do you want to experience in your life? What makes you uneasy or gives you anxiety? The answers could be something like this. I value relationships, and so, by principle, I am going to prioritize them when given the opportunity. Alternatively, by principle, I value honest and positive relationships, so I'm not going to be in dating limbo anymore. Unless someone commits within a reasonable amount of time, I will regard their hesitation as a no. Perhaps you value financial freedom, and so, by principle, you are going to put your extra cash toward repaying debt or building savings or investments.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you value travel and freedom,
Mm-hmm.
and so, by principle, you are going to start working for yourself and always prioritize being able to work remotely or make your own schedule.
And that is the number one reason why I work where I work, so that I could, I'll play both, but the California one only goes to 47. So then you and I both need to repick our numbers. Okay, so since it's national, then just play the one ticket, because if we play the same numbers and they win, then what? We win each other, and then we're back to square one with separating the money. But it's better if we both win our own monies, so that we could have more money to share with other people, right? Does that make sense? Or is that all just weird in my head? This one is countrywide, so if you guys want, you can play it. No, we can't play the same numbers, or then we'll all win. And then we all have to share the one pot. So our chances are better if we play different numbers, or different times, different lotteries or whatever. Oh, my battery's dying. Okay. What's wrong? Why aren't you playing?
When you are clear on what your principles are, you can build your life.
This is true. But only one. Well, yeah, I guess. Okay, I'll go play tonight then.
From a genuine, healthy place. You can start working toward goals that support what you do and do not want to experience. That will make you the calmest and happiest version of yourself. A good life is built from the inside out and is based on a foundation of self-conduct and prioritization. It's not as dreamy as a vision board, but it's a lot more effective. Finding.
Okay, so what are we doing, you guys? We are deciding if we're picking a second set of numbers or if we're just playing the same one. But you know what, you guys, I gotta pee really bad. So talks amongst yourselves. I will be right back. I can keep playing it. Do you want me to keep playing it while I go run to pee? But then I won't know what we're talking about. I'll be right back. Talks amongst yourselves. Figure out if we're playing two sets of numbers or one set of numbers. Dang it. Missed the bug again. Stinking bug. Hello, I am back. So, okay, what did we decide, you guys? What did we decide? Okay, hold on. Paula didn't pick a number. Okay, we got to play a second set of numbers because Paula needs to pick. Wait a minute, I can't make it go up. What's going on? Well, the numbers are here, and I really hope we win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Okay. Oh crap! Mega Million is $497 million. Holy moly! Okay. So wait a minute. So we're playing a second set of numbers because Paula's here. Now we need a second set of numbers. I have fat fingers today. I say just play those numbers. Oh, okay. You know what? Because you are the seventh person, then you get to decide. If you want to just stick with those numbers alone and no other sets of numbers, great. That's what we'll do. Yeah, I just ran over. And as I was running over there, he decided he wanted to talk to me. I was like, oh, that's right. You did pick 20. I'm a dingleberry. Never mind. Okay. So we're just going to play those sets of numbers then. Okay. That's what we'll do. Is only me and Journey playing, or are we all playing? And are we all playing the same numbers? What are we doing? Because I'm playing. I already told David that we have to go buy a lottery ticket. He said, for what? I said, because we're playing the lottery. He said, okay. That's why. Very simple. My number is 9. Your number was 69. Okay, wait. So are we playing the second set of numbers? I'm so confused. I thought we decided to just play the one set. How about this? We play the numbers that we just picked, right? For the national one, whatever that one's called. And then we play our own state lottery, if your state has a lottery, right? Because, well, Journey and Felicia are both in the same state. But I'm the only one in Texas that's here right now, right? So I will play in my state. Felicia, you can play the California state lottery because Journey's playing the federal one. Yeah, does that make sense? Does everybody agree? I'm so confused. If anyone wants to play and add my number. Yeah, we need to decide. I'm happy. I'll do both. I'll do both. But the number you said has to be under 47, right? So we all need to pick a new number. So 9 for Journey, 7 for Nicole, 5 for me. What else? Who else? Either is fine with me. Okay. I will play both the federal one and I'll play my state one. So I need a second set of numbers. 6 for you. Okay, 6 for you. Okay, Nicole will play Ohio. Felicia, I need a number from you. And Grace, I need a number from you. I don't think you're here anymore. Dang it. And we can't play 7 twice because that was her number. And we already have 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. Do we play? Wait, how many numbers is in the state lottery? I've never played lottery. I don't know. State lottery numbers. Yeah, but how many do you get? Let me see. I read a story about a lady who won the lottery by asking ChatGPT to pick for her. Okay, I'm going to play Lotto Texas. So how many numbers do you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 6 numbers. And there's no Powerball, so there's 6 of us. There's 5 of you and 1 of me. Okay. So I'll play next week because my dad plays every week and he's picked his numbers this week. Okay. So 23. And then Nicole is 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is actually in here. 5, 6, 7, 9, 23, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Perfect. Oh, it didn't tell me what number it goes up to. I was trying to count how many. I guess it goes higher because this one has a 53. Okay. So let me text myself because I'm going to do these. Wait, I just wrote all the numbers down. Okay. 9, 7, 5, 6, 2, 3, 2, 5. And for fun, hey, can you help us pick winning lottery numbers for the state of Texas and for the, what's it called, Powerball? The Powerball numbers by doing whatever equationally stuff you do and the mega mind brain math stuff you do. Can you help me pick a number set for each of those? Thank you. Let's see what ChatGPT says. I want to be super upfront with you. No equation, pattern, or mega mind brain math, as fun as that sounds, can actually predict winning lottery numbers. Both Texas lottery games and Powerball are designed to be random. Every draw is independent, and no past results can influence the next one. That said, what I can do is help you generate balanced, randomized number sets for fun using some number spreading strategies that many players like. Mix high and low numbers, mix odd and even numbers. Avoid clustering not all numbers in one decade. Okay. Include both popular and less picked numbers. Sometimes people like this for uniqueness. Hey, we picked 11. It's already in here. Okay. So these are the numbers that ChatGPT picked for the Texas lottery and then for the Powerball. So these are the numbers that I'm going to play on top of the numbers that we picked. So I will play twice. I will play I'll play 4 times because I will play the Texas lottery twice with the numbers ChatGPT picked and the numbers that we as a group picked. And then I'm going to play the national one or whatever that one's called with the numbers that ChatGPT picked and the numbers that we picked as a group. That's what we're doing. Okay. Okay. Because that'll be fun. That was fun. Thanks. Okay. And we are going to go buy the tickets. I will not post a picture of them because I have seen people get their numbers stolen before. And just so we all know the numbers here because we all talked about it. But if I win the lottery, I have a plan. And I'm not telling people that I won the lottery. You guys will know. But I'm not telling anybody else. So I will deny. So yes. Okay. This will be fun, you guys. It's a fun little game. We get to play together. Works for me. Okay, now I lost my book. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Hey, I like to just be spontaneous and ridiculous sometimes, and for me, it all works. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And Felicia's going to be really upset if the California lottery wins with those set of numbers and she didn't pick them.
Your true purpose. Finding out your life purpose is not as hard as it seems. Read this article and you'll find the answer to the grand question of, what should I do with my life?
Mm-hmm.
When you live in a world that is constantly telling you to follow your heart, trust your gut, quit your day job, and do what you love, it can be...
You know what? You're right. They are all low numbers. Should we repick with random numbers? Journey, since you said the first number of 9, sometimes that's what happens, actually. Oh, I don't know. If you guys want to repick, we can repick. If you guys want to do these, we'll do this. But I promise you, one day I'm winning the lottery, and I've never played the lottery before, and I'm going to play today. I'm going to play 4 times, apparently. 2 in each one. That's what I'm going to do. And we're going to win something. Thank you, Jesus. We're going to win. Why? Because it's fun. And then we get to party together. Like, we're going to have this grand party together. Vegas. I called my husband and he's getting the ticket right now. Yay! Yay! Listen to what that lady just said, right? It's kismet, right? Right? Because that's what we're doing. We're playing lottery. I'm going to rewind it so you can hear that again.
As a vision board, but it's a lot more effective. Finding your true purpose. Finding out your life purpose is not as hard as it seems. Read this article and you'll find the answer to the grand question of, what should I do with my life? When you live in a world that...
We should win the lottery. That's what we should do with our life. $487 million goes a long way between 6 people. I did. I'm gonna rewind it again one more time.
Working for yourself, and always prioritize being able to work remotely or make your own schedule.
Which is what Nicole
When
does.
you are clear on what your principles are, you can build your life from a genuine, healthy place.
Okay, my clear goals in my life are to be healthy, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Well, soul and spirit, same thing, but emotional is what I meant to say. That is one of my goals in life, right? Like that is how I'm going to live my best life. The next one is to win a grand lottery jackpot, like a super duper lottery jackpot, not $100, which great if I win $100, but no, I'm going to win a big gigantic sum of money. And then I'm going to go on vacation with you guys. And then we're going to figure out how to make it work the best for us because we are going to buy a compound somewhere. Well, honestly, what I've always wanted to do, one of my dreams is to own like a massive piece of land. I'm talking acres upon acres upon acres. And then we can build like our own like family's homes, like, right? Like me and David could have a house, my mom and her husband could have a house, either of my brothers could have their own houses. And then I've always wanted to build, like, that's why I call it a compound. It's not really like we're all living in one thing, but we would all have our own houses spread far apart enough to where we don't feel like we're, like we could just reach our arm out our kitchen window and be like, can I borrow a cup of sugar to your neighbor? I don't want to be that close, but I want to be far enough apart to where we still have our own space, but close enough to where it still is a community, right? And all of us can live there together. We will build those houses. And then if you don't want to live there, great, rent your house out. Make some money.
You can start working toward goals that support what you do and do not want to experience. That will make you the calmest and happiest version of yourself. A
Money.
good life is built from the inside out and is based on a foundation of self-conduct and prioritization. It's not as dreamy as a vision board, but it's a lot more effective. Finding your true purpose. Finding out your life purpose is not as hard as it seems. Read this article and you'll find the answer to the grand question of, what should I do with my life?
Johnny, I want to slap him for you. My uncle won $5 million on a scratcher and just blew it like a moron. Didn't help anyone in the family, knowing my mom and grandma live in low-income apartments. I couldn't believe it. I could believe it. A lot of people do stuff like that. I believe it. And that comes from not having proper money standards in your home. But that's why I have a plan. I have a plan for something I never won. I have a plan for something I've never played, for something but I'm going to win. I'm convinced. You can ask either of my brothers or my mom and David, actually. All three of them know exactly what my plan is when I win the lottery that I don't play. But we're going to play today. Yeah, people, and the other thing is that when people win the money, have you guys ever seen that TV show, The Lottery Ruined My Life? All these people just blow their money. They blow it and blow it and blow it. And it's so sad. And a couple of people were actually killed for their money. It's really sad. If I win, I'll never tell, but you will know because I will send all of you a customized pickle bed so you can have sour dreams instead of sweet ones. That's awesome. But I won't tell. I mean, you guys will know because you guys saw the numbers that we're picking. But outside of us, I will never tell nobody. And I always tell David that we are going to have a law office go and collect our winnings because some states require, well, all states will post the name of the person who won. And instead of saying Delilah Rodriguez, it's going to say law office of blah, 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 right? Because that's legal here. So that's what's happening. And then nobody will know that it's me. Yeah, that show is really sad. Really, really sad.
When you live in a world that is constantly telling you to follow your heart, trust your gut, quit your day job, and do what you love, it can be disheartening when you don't know where to start.
But I'll start with winning the lottery.
I don't know what to do with my life. What you really mean is that you don't yet know who you are, or you don't know what's worth suffering for. Finding your purpose is not about realizing that you are destined to be in a monastery or devoting your life to a singular vocation.
Did you hear what she said? Finding your purpose sometimes means that you don't know who you are, or what to sacrifice for. For me, I hear people all the time, left and right, that they don't want to not eat like normal people. They want to still eat all of the food that they once did, right? And just less of it. Eventually, that less of it becomes more and more and more. And you don't even realize it because your eyeballs become accustomed to what it is that you're serving, and you see it the same. You see a bigger size and a smaller size. And, eventually that's why you should measure. That's why you should measure your food every so many weeks or so many months, so that you always retrain your brain of what the proper portion size looks like, because eventually your eyes play tricks on you. To me, becoming healthy and healing my body of the insulin resistance that has taken over is worth not eating that same stuff anymore, even in smaller quantities. Once in a while is one thing. And when I say once in a while, I don't mean every day, every couple of days, every night for dessert. And I've been doing this, and I need to get back on, stop doing this, is that I have been doing it where it's like once a week. I need to stop that. And it needs to become more spread out as opposed to once a week. But yes, Journey, we will all be smarter than that. You know why? Because we will slap each other if we're not. I give each and every one of you who are here right now, the 5 of you, permission to slap the shit out of me if I spend my money stupidly. I get one stupid thing that I can spend my money on, okay? One stupid thing, and that's it. Everything else has to be smart, okay? One stupid thing. One. Okay? We've already won the lotto. Is that bound and finding each other, and now we will win a big pot. Yes, yes, yes. My stupid thing is going to be, I don't know yet, but I have always said when I win the lottery, I'm telling you guys, I've been planning to win the lottery for many, many, many years, and I've never played. But one of my thing is that I'm going to pay off my house, because I don't own my house. I'm going to pay off my house, my mom's house, my brother's house, buy my little brother a house. He doesn't have to live in it, but he can rent it out. It could be a rental house, whatever. We will pay off all 4 of our houses. I'm going to own a house at the water. I've told you guys this before. I'm going to own a house at the water. When I win the $487 million, all of your guys' houses are going to be paid, just so you know. Delilah, I believe you'll be wise with your winning since you have a plan. Yes, and I do. I really have for real, have a plan. And I don't, it's so dumb that I have one, but I do have one. I really, really do. Oh my God, Delilah, I could ugly cry if I slapped you. That's okay. Cry while you do it. Cry while you do it. Close your eyes if you got to. Slap some sense into me if you see me being stupid with that money. I get one stupid thing, okay? One. I will give all of you one stupid thing. But after that, you're getting a slap, okay? You better move back to California. Oh, I am. But I want to live near a lake, though. So I'm thinking more like Carson City, maybe. But it's still California. David's dying to go to California. But I don't really like Governor Newsom, so probably not.
Location or goal. Your purpose is not one job. It is not one relationship. It is not even one career field. Your purpose is, first and foremost, just to be here. Your existence has shifted the world in a way that it is invisible to you. Without you, absolutely nothing would exist just as it is right now. This is important to understand, because if you start believing that your whole purpose in being alive is just a job or a role you take on at home, what happens when you quit or retire?
And this is why I'm always telling people, when you describe yourself, how do you describe yourself? Most married mothers, certain profession, will introduce themselves as a wife, a mother, a seamstress, whatever, right? They often will introduce themselves as what they are to other people, but never who they are as a person, because they can't differentiate the two. I'm not a wife. I'm not a mother. I am a daughter. I am a sister, but it's rare that those are the things that come out of my mouth, right? I am a daughter of the Most High. And that's usually where I leave it. But I also need to start figuring out other things in there because one day your kids are going to move out. And that's why I 100% believe that that's why the Bible tells you that it should go in this order: God, your spouse, then your children. Because your children eventually move out. Your children eventually find their own lives and they find their own ways and they do their own things. And then it's just you and your spouse. What are you going to do if you guys don't even know each other anymore? Because you guys got lost in just being parents and you stopped being partners. What are you going to do? David and I don't have kids. He does have a daughter, but we don't have children together. But I adamantly demand that we never stop dating, ever. He and I have come to an agreement that even if we can't do something big, we will go on a date every single week. Every single week, you guys know, one of my biggest things is I love coffee shops. I don't know why. I really can't explain it to you. I don't know. But I love coffee shops. And yes, I have a membership now. I have a membership here for this channel. And the prices of those memberships were decided based on one thing. I showed David the numbers. I said, what should we select? He said, for the lowest tier is $3.99. And the reason for it started at $2.99. So he chose $3.99 because he said that's how much your coffee costs if you get a medium coffee. If you get a large coffee, it's $8.99. That's why those two numbers were picked, right? And he said, this is what he told me. He said, if you can even get 4 people to become a member, then that means your coffee order every week, because we go on a date every single week to a coffee shop. And he makes me order something, even if I don't want anything. He gets mad because he does that because he knows it's something that I love. And no matter what we do during that day, we are always going to go on a date to a coffee shop every single week. Every single week. It's what we do. And because of that, that was his idea. His idea was that those memberships would pay for my coffee every week. He said, if you get 4 people, that'll pay for your coffee once a week, every single week of every month. How cool would that be? And I said, you're right. Okay. And then the $8.99 is because that's the large coffee. That's why. Yes, praise God. I am highly favored daughter of the King. Yep, yes, ma'am. Be right back. Got to put my Dr. Idris flash mask on real quick. Ooh, I got my Dr. Idris too. I got to put on. I've been wanting to try Dr. Idris products. What products do you want to try? I am actually really, really, really liking the Major Fade because I like that it's whipped.
Or when the kids grow up and you're no longer a parent, you'll sink because you will falsely think that was your only reason for being. Your purpose today may have been to offer someone a smile when they were at their lowest. Your purpose this decade may be the job you're in. When you realize that you are always impacting the world around you, you start to realize something. The most important thing you can do to live meaningfully is to work on yourself. To consciously become the happiest, kindest, and most gracious version of yourself. Knowing your purpose also doesn't necessarily mean your life will henceforth be easy or that you'll always know what to do. In fact, when you are genuinely on your own path, the future won't be clear. Because if it is, you're actually following someone else's blueprint. With all of that said, when most people wonder about their purpose, they are often referring to their life's work and their jobs. Your career is not nothing. It is how you will spend the majority of your day, every day, for the better part of your life. That's why figuring out how you can best serve the world through that makes the long days and difficult moments bearable. Your life.
I agree. I think that's very true. You want to try the Major Fade for hyperpigmentation. You know what also works really well for hyperpigmentation? Azelaic acid. Unless it's melasma. If it's not melasma, azelaic acid works really well for hyperpigmentation. Everyone is moving to Ohio, Idaho, Arizona, and Texas. I want to move to Montana because it's just so filled with nature and it's by lakes and all of this stuff and it's cool. I actually got this from Sephora. She sells it on her website, but it's also sold at Sephora. It's like $38. I got it when it first came out. I bought it the day it was released at Sephora. which was actually the day before it was released, or 2 days before it was released for everybody else. And it was like $38, 36 or $38. And then it came in the mail from Sephora. But Sephora has it. Sephora carries it.
Life purpose is the point at which your skills, interests, and the market intersect. You are the blueprint of your future. Everything that you are, everything that you have experienced, everything that you're good at, every circumstance you have found yourself in, everything that you're passionate about is not random. It's a reflection of who you are and a sign about what you are here to do. However, it's not as easy as it sounds to become self-aware.
No, it's not.
You may still be thinking that you're not sure what you're good at, or that you're even more passionate about one thing over another. That's okay, because your purpose does not require you to be the best at something. It is not the thing at which you, and only you, can succeed more so than anyone else. It is the things that naturally call you, that effortlessly flow out of you, and that evoke specific emotion.
I wonder why that is. Is it because she's from California where it's always sunny? I think she's from Southern California too. Be right back. I'm hopping in the shower. You guys are going to be with me though. She said, in the winter, there's barely any sun or something. Yeah, I would imagine that's what it is. So I have 2 houses. I don't plan on giving up this house. I plan on keeping this house because, I mean, why not? I paid $185,000 for this house, which is a lot. Actually, $185,100 for this house. But it was still not a lot, if that makes sense. And it's a 2.65 APR. So I'm not giving up this house unless I can get a lower APR. But if I'm going to pay cash, who cares? Because I'm going to win the lottery. So I'm going to pay cash, right? But I can imagine that somebody that comes from somewhere that is always with sun, being out there would depress her. But in the winter, I can go somewhere else. We're going to be filthy rich. Why can't we?
From you. You are here to work those out. You are here to transform them. Your ultimate purpose is to become the ideal version of yourself. Everything else flows from there.
Yep.
Figuring out what you want to do with your life. Here are some questions you should ask yourself.
You will find a shed here in California. Yeah, and the worst part is that I live near Silicon Valley, which is even more expensive than almost anywhere else in California. It's insane how expensive it is. Insane.
If you want to know what your purpose really is, what and who is worth suffering for?
Ooh, yep. What's worth suffering
Doing
for?
what you love for a living doesn't mean every day will be easy. Everything comes with its own set of challenges. So the question is really, what are you willing to work for? What are you willing to be uncomfortable for? Close your eyes and imagine the best version of yourself. What is that person like? The best possible version of yourself, the most loving, kind, productive, and self-aware version is who you really are. Everything else is the byproduct of coping mechanisms you've developed and picked up from other people. If social media didn't exist, what would you do with your life? If you knew that you wouldn't be able to show off, impress, or even share what it was you chose to do with your life, how would it change your ambitions? This differentiates what you are doing because you want to do it.
It wouldn't, because I don't care to own a house by a lake or body of water just so I could show it off. It bring me peace. It's the peace that it will bring me that is why I want it.
From what you are doing for the sake of how it looks to other people. What comes most naturally to you? What you are most naturally good at is the path you should follow first, because it's the path on which you will most effortlessly thrive. What would your ideal daily routine look like? Forget about the elevator speech. Forget about having a fancy title or impressing people on LinkedIn. Think about what you want to do day in and day out. A lot of people get into jobs they think will make them happy, but realize they only liked the idea of them and not the day-to-day reality. What do you want your legacy to be? Instead of worrying about the virtues on your resume, focus on the virtues of your eulogy. Who do you want to be remembered as? What do you want to be known for? Though it's lovely to reflect on all of the virtues and talents of your life, here is an even more important part of finding your purpose. It is often found through pain. Most people come into awareness of their purpose not because they are effortlessly clear on what their talents are and how they can best utilize them.
Exactly. Exactly. I was born in California. Dad moved us to Arkansas to be close to family. My mom cried. She didn't want to leave California. I don't blame her. It was hard for me to leave too. But I love the idea of the Ozarks. I would love to live on the Ozarks. Well, on the lake. Like, I want to live where I could like put my foot out the window and dip my toes in the lake, that close to the lake. That's what I want. But that's super cool. I was in Arkansas until I got married. Then my husband and I moved to Missouri for his work. Oh, I see. My dad hated the snow and moved us to California. Oh, I get it, because California's awesome.
But because at some point, they find themselves lost,
Mhm.
depleted, exhausted, and with their backs against the wall. In experiencing hardship and challenge, we begin to realize what really matters to us. It sparks a flame that, when kindled through action and commitment, becomes a transformative fire. If you listen to the stories of many of the most successful people in the world, they often begin with unimaginable hardship.
Yes, I seen the show. The very first season was really good, but after that it went downhill. There was too much cussing for me. I didn't like it. And it got really dumb with that stupid blonde girl's attitude towards everything. Ugh, couldn't stand her.
In the face of the most unlikely situations, these people are forced into action. Comfort and complacency is not an option. They realize they must become the heroes of their own lives and the creators of their own futures.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of your life, your purpose will be defined not by how you struggled, what circumstances you were in, or what you were supposed to do, but how you responded in the face of adversity, who you were to the people in your life, and what you did each day that slowly, in its own unique way, changed the course of humanity. Chapter 7.
Okay, so how are we going to change the course of humanity? You know how we're going to do it? By winning the lottery. And we're going to do that today. Just so you guys know. We are doing that today. Did this already die? Oh no. It's red. It's going to die. So David wants to go somewhere. He wants to barbecue tomorrow, so he's probably going to want to go get some meat so we can get it ready to barbecue. So I got 6 minutes and then I got to go. But I think it's funny that I use this to blot my lips on. But this was this was a quote that I had heard that the Buddha said a while ago. And I wrote it down, and I don't even know why this page is out here. I don't know why it was sitting there, but apparently it was something we needed to hear today. You yourself, as much as anyone in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Did you hear that? Let me tell you one more time. You yourself, as much as anyone in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. We are so busy giving to everyone else around us that we don't take the time to give to ourselves, but you deserve it. You deserve it. Forgot my mic was down there. Did you guys even hear that? I don't even know. I hope you did. But you deserve your love and affection just the same way that anybody else in your world does. Oh, you live by the Ozarks? I don't know what Lake Dardonal is, but I'm gonna go look. There's no way you are still alive. Actually, we're wrapping up. We are back for lunch and a break before going back out. That is so funny. But see, you needed to hear that. You needed to hear that. Sandra, we're gonna go play the lottery today. We've already picked all our numbers. But because I love you, when I win, you are going to be part of that profit. So just so you know, because we had everybody pick a number and you were not here. So you didn't pick a number, but you're going to be part of it. Okay. Yeah. I wrote it down. I don't know why this page was out here. I don't know where it came from. No clue. And it was sitting on top of my shredder. I don't know why, but yeah. So, you guys know, because I've been saying it for a long time, I am going to win the lottery. I'm going to win a lot of money. I'm going to have a lot of money, period, because I'm going to win the lottery. I don't play the lottery. But today, Journey and I decided that we are all going to go play the lottery. I'm going to buy a ticket for Texas and a ticket for the national one. Journey's going to buy a national one. Felicia's playing for the state of California because they both live in California. Nicole's going to buy one in Ohio. Paula, are you buying a ticket? I don't remember if you said you were buying a ticket. I don't know if Grace is buying a ticket 'cause she's gone, but let me know how much we win. Oh, I sure will. Yeah, I don't play ever. So if you want to play, I'm playing 4 times. I'm going to play 2 for the state of Texas and 2 for the national, right? What I did was I took our sets of numbers and I'm going to play for those. And then I had ChatGPT pick numbers. So I'm going to play those 2. I'm going to play both. So if you want to play for your state, I can send you the numbers that we all picked for our state. If you want to, I don't know, do all states have their own lottery? I don't even know. If you have one for your own state, then I can send you the numbers if you want to do that. I assume she left. I don't know. She hasn't said anything. But okay. And Paula is buying a ticket in Missouri. Okay, I will send them to you. And then you could buy a national and you could buy a whatchamacallit. Do you want the ones from ChatGPT too, or just the ones that we picked? I'm gonna send them to you, and we are gonna play the lottery, and we are gonna win a lot of money. And when we do that, I don't know if you were here, I don't remember. You probably heard me say it a bunch of times because I said this a bunch of times. So I'm sending you the first set is the ones that we picked as a group, and then I'll send you the ones that ChatGPT picked if you want to do that too. Or you can have ChatGPT pick your own. But I did it for the state of Texas. So you could do it for your state if you want. Let's see. Number is the lotteries. Okay. And the 2 that I sent you are the ones that we picked as a group for the one with the Powerball, I think, is the national one, and the one without the Powerball is not the national one. But those are the ones that we all picked as a group, and so we're going to play those. And then I'm sending you a picture of the ones that ChatGPT picked. Minnesota has a lottery, but I have no idea how it works because I've never played. Me neither. But we're gonna figure. Well, I asked Google how many numbers do we have to pick, and California apparently their highest number goes to 47. I think Jenny said, but I hope you all have an amazing day. We are going to go play the lottery. I told David that I would be done by 2, and that's 1 minute. So we are going to go play the lottery, and we are going to go get some meat. I think I don't know what he wants to do. He wants to go do something, but we are going to do that. And yes, we are all going to play the lottery today, and that'll be super duper fun. I don't know where Gray's at. I don't know what she's playing, but Journey, you're from near me. Yeah, sort of. She's from Michigan, originally, right? Michigan. And then they moved to California, and she's been there ever since. And she loves California. She doesn't love it as much now that I'm no longer there, but she will soon when I come home. So yeah. But you're all winners to me. No, I'm the winner because I have all of you guys. But we are going to win the lottery, and our plan is that we are going to go on a trip to Vegas, and we're going to go hang out together, all of us. So that is my one stupid thing. Well, I guess it's not really stupid, right? Because I get one stupid thing that I can spend my money on, and then after that, everybody else has to slap some sense into me. Okay, so I give you permission to slap me if I'm spending the money stupidly. But outside of that, one stupid thing. So I'm not going to count our trip as stupid because I don't think it's stupid. But so I adore you all. Give me your dirty legs. And I will see you guys soon. Okay. I'll probably do a live on Monday in the afternoon or in the night because that's when David's going to watch wrestling. So we'll go from there. Oh, you got to make Boss Baby some food. Awesome. I hope everybody has a great day. We are going to wrap up here, and the book just finished. I adore you all, and I will see you soon. Okay. Bye.